Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Also, hi, Ash. It's nice to see you back.
What is this? What is this boppin' beat we've been listening to?
This is Acid Punk from the No More Heroes 2 soundtrack.
Ah.
It's very lovely.
I thought it sounded familiar. I've never played that game, but I've seen it streamed.
I love the No More Heroes soundtracks. They're so good.
I mean, it's
games are
just
okay,
over-the-top goofiness, kind of like the game, so yeah.
Yeah. You just came to say hi? Fair enough.
Hello.
Yeah. That and they fall into the same category as Lollipop Chainsaw in terms of soundtrack. However, I will not get clapped for No More Heroes soundtrack.
Is it the same developer? Is it the same guy?
I think so.
Yeah,
but the composers are different. Oh,
yeah,
right,
but, like,
Ash. Yeah, it's like 6 in the morning for you. Why are you still
Suda
up?
51 or something. 6 a.m. is very early in the day.
Yeah. What's
What
your
is that?
point?
What is that, Japan? Is that Japan time? Australia time? Somewhere around there.
It's a time.
Somewhere around there. It's like close to 12 hours off of me. Singapore.
Right, Singapore.
Hey, around that area. Okay. By which I mean, like, Asia, which is, as is known by looking at any globe,
Yeah.
a very small area.
Very small, yeah.
It's known for being,
It's
known
not
for
an
covering
entire...
not a lot of land mass,
Yeah, no.
nor ocean mass. Yeah, no, it's yeah,
Mhm.
it's like a neighborhood. Yes.
The last time we played this game, someone died.
Yeah. We didn't like him, so we're kind of okay with
We're
that.
okay with that, yeah. But didn't he die like right after we had a fight with him, so it was unfortunate? Or no, someone else socked him. The fiance socked him.
Yeah, the fiance socked him in the face. Like, we've had a number of fights with this guy. Not actual fights, but he's just been a dick. So
Yeah. I don't think
glad he's
anyone's
dead.
like sad about it. We still have to find the murderer, and oh right, the overarching plot is that the family's being blackmailed by an unknown source.
Mhm.
Right. I've forgotten about the blackmail.
You forgot about the blackmail?
I forgot about everything relating to this game because it's been so long.
That's true. We do have the theory that it's the girl from the beginning of the game blackmailing them, and she's probably murdered the guy. And you know what? I feel like,
That's probably the
she's
case.
earned it.
Yeah.
She's earned this revenge.
Yeah, they fucked up her entire life, so like, and her family's entire life because she was the sole source of income.
Yeah. Screw these rich people.
You know what I didn't do though?
What?
I didn't set up the game full screen to capture the game yet.
Well, do it now. Do it live. What are you doing? Do the thing.
That is what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's no problems. This is what streaming is about. This is how content is made. Content.
Do it work is the
Content
question.
is created by things going wrong, and everybody being like, "Oh shit."
So here's the problem.
There's only one.
I clicked into the game. It clicked something in the menu, and now something's loading. Oh, I think it just put us right back to where we started. So that's fine. The other problem is that it's not capturing.
Well,
Game?
keep trying it. Try a different capture type.
Capture full screen application? No, that's not helping.
Something's got to work.
Specific window.
Just like captured display. Or was that the first one that you did?
No, that's not the first one that I did.
Oh.
Let me move everything else over to my other screen so I don't accidentally anything.
Yeah. Capturing display is kind of like my last resort. I'm just like, well, capturing application didn't work. Capturing window didn't work. I guess I'm just capturing this entire monitor. Better move all the tabs.
Okay, display
That's
full
actually-
screen works.
That's actually a lie. I only dedicate one screen entirely to the game because I am paranoid.
Let me share the game with you. That's also important.
It is. I would like to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see from the stream, but then it would be
delayed, which was our initial problem. You do see something. You see the menu. It does exist. Let's pause the blasphemous music that we've now gone to. Can you hear that, chat? And Teddy can hear it.
I can absolutely hear it.
Wonderful. Can chat hear it, and how is it compared to our voices if I go like this?
It should be slightly louder than us because this menu is the loudest thing on the planet.
It's true. That is true. Okay.
Like, the rest of the game is nowhere near as loud as that, except for the occasional voice line that was just recorded by somebody swallowing a microphone.
Oh my god, I remember my biggest gripe with this game immediately.
This game won awards.
This is the fastest I can walk, and holding shift to try and run just zooms me in so close.
Before we started the stream, Liz was telling me that this game
they won a
BAFTA, right?
Scotland
in Scotland?
BAFTA.
Scotland BAFTA?
Game of the Year in Scotland BAFTA.
Some of the voice lines sound like somebody is swallowing a mic in a closet. This game won a BAFTA. It's like Scotland just went like, you're a game from around here. Let's put you up on the fridge.
I don't remember who we're supposed to talk to. I don't remember why we're supposed to talk to anybody, but we do have exclamation points.
Then we go. We go and we do things.
The interrogations. We have 6 links that we can make here.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember anything about this game.
Good.
Oh,
good.
No. Okay. Zachariah expressed disdain for Margot. Hugo was in the library. Spoke with Jackie myself. Argument between Hugo and Jackie. I
cannot see the logic in this.
This is one of those voice lines.
Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
Ernesto was in the...
Thanks, Poirot.
Yep. Ernest was lurking in the library. Jackie was talking to Hugo. Okay, Margot was in the salon. Zachariah went missing. Gideon and Margot. He saw Margot and Zachariah. But Zachariah went missing.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Huh.
You did it.
Steps out of the room, but Gideon did not mention it. Was his missing time accounted for? Okay. Zachariah was briefly missing, so I have to talk to Zachariah about that. Gideon was present. Angeline's still upset about the altercation. Well, with the guy that was dead. I understand that now. I was trying to figure out what altercation. The punch in the face?
The punch directly into the face that knocked him to the ground, and he was all upset about it. And then he went off to sulk, and somebody killed him while he was sulking. And you know what? He deserved it.
Teddy, we have 5 more links to make here.
I don't know what they are.
I'm gonna need some assistance.
Are you saying you've invited me onto your stream to help you play the game? And not just be a useless side voice?
No, impossible.
With dumb quips every couple of seconds?
Have we not talked to Archibald yet? Because he doesn't have any dialogue.
We've totally talked to Archibald, but probably not about
the current situation.
The newest things.
About his alibi, I guess.
Because he's the butler, right? He's the main...
butler, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that looks like Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
Let's see. Spoke with Jackie and myself. So I shouldn't have to link this to anything because I was there. Right? There's no lie to catch out in that because I was there.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Argument between Hugo and Jackie.
I feel like it's probably going to be the things with the exclamation marks. Because those are like the newest things that we've got. So those are probably going to be at least one half of the link.
Okay, so Jackie was talking to Hugo. Hugo's in the library. That doesn't contradict. But they said this is an argument.
Is there something?
Okay, so these 3 were in the library. These 3 were in the salon. So, in theory, these 3 should link, and these 3 should link, and there should be no in-between links because it was 2 separate rooms.
On paper, yes.
On paper. Okay. So this is a talk to Zachariah situation, which means another link probably between Zachariah and Gideon or Zachariah and Margot, because we already have a link between Margot and Gideon.
So I'm going to say something completely insane. And I'd like us to try it. Okay. Just to prove me wrong, because it's like, it's itching at the back of my head, and I keep pushing it back like, no, that's stupid, that's wrong, and it keeps pushing back to the front. So just to kill it entirely. Yeah. The Jackie talking to Hugo down at the bottom of your screen right now.
Jackie
Connect
talking to Hugo.
To the thing directly to the left where he's talking with Jackie and myself.
What a revelation.
Why the fuck is that? Alright, fine. It was itching at the back of my head like
scream.
Like that feels like there would be a link there just by the way it looks.
The link is just saying it confirms each other's alibis.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense then.
Argument between Hugo and Jackie. Ernesto was lurking in the library.
Magnifique.
Confirm alibi. Got it. Zachariah expressed disdain for Margot. That doesn't connect to anything. Saw Gideon and Margot.
Things are beginning to become...
Okay.
Things are beginning to look up like Millhouse.
Stop. Does this go together for some godforsaken reason?
Maybe.
No.
No. Look, after those other two things click together, I'm just willing to believe anything right now.
Exactly. Does...
Is this your card?
Oh, no, because it crosses through this.
This will not get me any...
He was in the salon. What is it? Oh, Gideon in the salon.
Just tells you where they were. I was like, okay, they all saw each other. That confirms it. Nope.
Ernesto was in the library. He was in the library.
Did we like Ernesto? I don't remember. I think we didn't. I think we liked Hugo because he was a people guy.
Yeah, we like Hugo because he is of the masses, but
and then
Hugo,
Ernesto is the opposite.
But Hugo is also like
unhinged.
A little bit. Like I feel like he also believes that aliens are in the cornfield or something nutty. And then like Hugo is a union man, but Hugo is a union man who also believes in chemtrails. So it's like, oh, you've got good, but you've got dumb in you as well. Yeah. And then Ernesto. Like, I think we kind of liked him at first, and then we found out that he's like the love interest of he is in love with the woman that we hate more than anything. We're just like, okay, you don't have taste. What's going on here?
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Oh yeah, it's telling me what to do now because I'm stupid.
Oh good.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally...
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Turns out, the connections form more connections.
Another success.
Well, that only makes sense.
Confirms alibis. So we need to talk to Hugo because Hugo doesn't mention Ernesto. Oh, right. He didn't mention Ernesto.
Oh.
But we saw Ernesto there. And Jackie said he was there, but Hugo didn't see him. Probably because he was too upset about whatever he was talking to Jackie about.
This is true.
And Zachariah, she said he left, but he didn't notice that he left probably because he was a little bit upsetty about the altercation.
Upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah, so we have to talk to Zachariah and talk to Hugo.
It's chatting time. Oh wait, no, there's more connections.
No,
or
no,
not.
There's
it's
no
just
connections. It's just like here's something new. This is the evidence, and there's still something in F. Oh, it's just characters. That's always going to be a thing. Okay. So we need to talk to Hugo, my guy.
Whatever you require, detective.
I require this.
I know you are probably used to dealing with criminals, but not everyone is trying to hide something.
I think you should stop trying to hide your real accent.
I hope for your sake that you do not hide anything from me.
What is it you think I'm hiding?
I hate his accent so much. It's so bad.
I struggle to believe you did not know of Monsieur da Silva's presence in the library.
Is that what this is about? I saw him hiding in the corner, pretending to read. I'd be surprised if he even could. I did not speak to him, and he certainly didn't make any attempt to speak with me.
Monsieur Demir invited you here to speak with him. You didn't see that as a fitting time too?
I was speaking with Jacqueline, and quite frankly, I was in no mood to be dealing with that man.
I also really don't like the differences between the character model and the art. That's a different man.
Yeah. Yeah, his cheekbones are much more sharp in that image.
And his nose is different.
His everything is different.
Yeah.
But it's the cheekbones that my eye goes to.
Yeah. He's courageous and full of vigor in his planning, but his execution does not share such confidence.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
Okay. So that gave us nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, there's the dandy. Hello, sir.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
He's a dandy, but we also know that at this point he has seen some shit.
He has severe PTSD, and he drinks it away.
Yeah.
I told you already. I was here in the salon.
And you did not leave even once.
Well, I had to use the bathroom. I didn't realize I had to update you every time nature called.
Which would be a lot, considering how much he's drinking.
You do. You have to update us every single time. You just left us sitting there without saying anything.
Calls of nature to yourself. Merci. And then you returned to the salon.
If you don't believe me, ask Archibald. He saw me on his way up to the study.
I think that is all for now.
So if Archibald confirms this, that's everybody accounted for in both rooms. So that leaves the staff. And the woman herself. Not
Has
the bride.
Archibald confirmed this?
We're about to ask Archibald.
Oh, okay.
If he confirms it, that leaves the staff, the wife, and the mother.
What if everybody conspired together and they all killed him?
Oh, we've already done Orient Express, actually.
Can you confirm seeing Monsieur Demir in the hall this evening?
There actually is, apparently, looking through the Twitch categories for this game, other Agatha Christie games, and Murder on the Orient Express is one of them.
Ooh.
I think they might be like hidden object games, though.
Probably.
Zachariah, yes. I was on my way with a bottle of whiskey to the Major. He shouted a rather ignorable greeting to me and asked for directions to the bathroom.
I presume you showed him the way?
Aye, detective. I showed him to the hall bathroom. I didn't think it was wise to attempt the stairs, not in that state.
Fair enough. So that's...
What was the ignorable greeting? Did he call you sugar ass?
He probably called him a disagreeable term for a servant. If that was my thinking.
I must act on thought
What?
and fact.
Zachariah went missing, but his absence is covered by Archibald. How does that not... Okay, Hugo saw Ernesto briefly. Ernesto was in the
Order
library.
and method. That
Okay.
I must act on thought and fact.
What are the other options for Zachariah and Archibald?
We'll find out in a
Say a
minute.
lucky
This
guess.
doesn't... This
I would
doesn't
say a
connect.
moment of
This should
genius.
connect.
Things are beginning to become clear.
Okay.
Oh. Alright, no, it probably goes with that thing then. Never mind.
So then...
There's a new thing just popped up, so it's...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it was
It's
one...
probably...
Was it 2 connections before, or was it 1 connection before?
It was 2 before.
Okay, so the
So
new
we have
thing
to
that just
confirm
popped up probably
this
isn't.
somehow, and then it's going to pop up that they all confirm each other's alibis, and we're going to have to connect those and be like, none of these people could have done it. But
Who could have done the thing?
this goes here?
Magnifique.
Thank fuck.
I should not be surprised by my own skills.
No one's surprised. Yeah, they all confirm each other's alibis. Oh, we don't even have to connect them. It's just a thing.
Objective complete. Everyone confirms everybody else's everything.
So I think the interrogations is a whole chapter on its own.
Yep, probably.
So that's done. Let us solve this mystery. New mind map unlocked. Oh, good.
Who likes G, Poirot?
Stop. Stop it. At least do a Scrappy-Doo. Can you do a Scrappy-Doo?
I can't do a Scrappy-Doo.
I don't
even remember what Scrappy-Doo sounds like. Shit.
No one remembers what Scrappy-Doo sounds like. You could have done anything and that would have been, like, perfect.
I am one step away from doing a goofy voice and passing it off as Scrappy-Doo.
He was so disliked that they made him a villain in the movie.
I know. I hated him in the cartoon, too.
Yeah, everyone did, and that's why they were like, Scrappy-Doo gets his revenge. And no one liked that, because no one likes Scrappy-Doo.
No, I liked that. I liked that in the movie. They made him the villain. I was just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I love it.
Okay,
good.
You're the one person I know of that liked that.
I liked it because when I saw it, I was like, good. Fuck Scrappy-Doo. He's the bad guy. Yeah. I'm down for this. This is a dumb decision, but I approve of this dumb decision.
Yeah, I saw people saw that, and they were like, in theory, great, but also I still hate Scrappy-Doo.
Oh, yeah, no, everybody still hates Scrappy-Doo, but it's a good idea of like, oh, yeah, he's the villain. Yeah, because nobody likes him. Yeah, I still don't like him. Perfect. Yeah.
Like Zoink Scoob, when they said fix, I thought they meant fixing a sandwich. Stop!
Perfect.
Good chatter. That did not yield the result I desired. Perhaps a more direct approach, considering their potential motives, will reveal more. What did you have to gain from killing this man? Answer me!
Getting him out of our hair.
Continue your interrogations.
Who didn't want to kill this man? That's a shorter list.
Probably Mandy Patinkin. Everyone else, though. Oh no, even he didn't like him. Even he hated him.
Even Mandy Patinkin.
He was like, actually, fuck that guy.
Be like, hello, I am Archibald. You killed my day. Prepare to die. Like, he would do something.
Yep. Hey, friend.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Well, close it.
My mouse likes to go away sometimes, so if you see me randomly highlighting these things, it's me trying to get the mouse back on the screen. Did you speak with the major this evening?
Why would I? I've got nothing to say to him, except maybe to keep his hands off what is ours.
What is yours that he could want?
Money?
Money, of course. Why do you think he has been suckling at the Van den Bosch teat for so long? He's bled them dry, and now they will all do the same to our money.
Our?
My father's, Gideon's, it's all the same.
I get the sense you and Mr. Gideon are not the closest.
When you have not been on level playing fields for years, it's hard to have a fair game.
Oh, right, I forgot he was the brother.
I am afraid I do not quite understand.
What do you not get,
If we're
Poirot?
playing golf, he has a full set of clubs and a caddy in the form of my father, and I have the old split putter. Make sense now?
Perfectly.
Who's the split putter? Are you calling your mom a split putter? What?
No, that's not what he's saying.
That's what he said. He's got all these good clubs and a caddy. That's dad. I have a split putter. That just leaves mom.
Sure. We'll go with that's what he said.
I know that's not what he's saying, but I feel like it's funnier in my head if he is.
Mm-hmm. Some hostility towards his brother?
I think that is all for now.
Well, yeah, I think
Merci
you
for
would
your
be
time.
too. Oh, he doesn't even know that his brother spent all that fucking money on the ransom note yet. That's gonna be a fun conversation.
He doesn't? I thought he did.
No.
Oh.
He told us that in confidence.
Oh.
That's gonna be a very fun conversation.
Whatever you require.
Oh, I look
detective.
forward to that one.
Do you know, at least, unless I'm misremembering. Unremembering.
I know that I don't think
I unremember
didn't
things all the
think
time.
a great deal of him. I'm just sorry I didn't get the chance to tell him what I thought.
The man has recently been murdered.
And he was still
Someone
an asshole.
must stand up to men like him, with their crooked dealings and lack of, well, any compassion at all.
Another rousing speech.
Hear, hear.
Monsieur.
Here, here.
It's the truth. If you knew what I know, maybe he wouldn't be dead, but behind bars instead.
Unlikely. He kind of vetoed us out of our last case.
Yes,
It's true.
Gideon invited me. If you will recall from our previous conversation, we have been
Previous.
working together, and he thought now
Previous.
would be a good
Previous.
time to discuss matters.
Provis?
To discuss business at the celebration of his engagement.
We're all here, so what better time? He thought Da Silva might even let his guard down if he was in a more jubilant mood. It would be wise to not continue to ignore us any longer.
And
Did you
what
ever see
business
that
was it
cartoon
was so urgent?
back in the day? Privis and Split Putt Head?
No, Teddy, I didn't.
Hey, Privis.
We're trying to
so
resolve
bad.
the worker strikes.
That was the
It has
worst
gone
thing
on
you've
long
ever
enough.
said to me.
Now is the time for him to
I know.
listen to our demands so we can put an end to it all. Put the violence and upset behind us.
Sometimes I exist just to cause pain. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Anger, yes, but that's all. I wouldn't kill a man.
You must see
Are you
why
sure
this leads
about
me
that?
to have suspicions.
You can't honestly
Your
think I
tie
did
tells
it.
me
I
otherwise.
am a
It's
man of
hideous.
peace.
Please
I
change
make
it.
changes with words, not with violence.
You barely mentioned the Major and Monsieur Beckers became rather flustered and defensive. Are there plans for a negotiation with Monsieur De Silva? Probably not that there's been a murder.
I am fighting for the basic rights of our workers, nothing more. If he can't see that, he is a lesser man than I already thought.
And where does Monsieur Gédéon fit into the negotiations? And his brother?
I really, really hate his art. Not just because it's different from the character model.
His brother? I didn't even know he had a brother until I arrived here. Gideon certainly hasn't talked much about him. I get the sense there's not much love lost between them.
But because of the way that his cheekbones are and the entire lack of eyelid, with the combination of how his mouth looks like...
So his whole face, got it.
No, but because his mouth is pursed in that manner,
Yeah.
and his jaw is so small compared to the rest of his head, and it looks like his eyelids are going the opposite direction because of how they're shaded, it kind of looks like he's puffing his face up like a pufferfish. And I hate that. You know what I mean?
I mean, he feels threatened.
He feels threatened. Oh. Do you see it though?
Yeah.
The eyes are like bulging.
Yeah. Because he feels
Please.
threatened, so he's making himself
Last I
larger to
saw,
scare away
he was
predators.
outside having a
Especially when his
cigar.
eyebrows are down like that.
Oui, I spoke with him myself, but that was some time ago.
He does love a cigar. You'd have to stand out in those conditions. I could barely see him through the snow.
Okay.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
Great. This game won a BAFTA. Ernesto.
BAFTA award-winning Poirot.
I suppose so.
Can you tell me about your relationship with the deceased?
Felix, I didn't know him that well. We spoke a handful of times. I met him through Cassandra. I thought him to be rather pompous.
But you remained polite, as any gentleman would.
Of course.
Negative opinion of the Major is rather ubiquitous. Why don't you tell me more about your relationship with Madame Van den Bosch? I'm not sure I want to know more about that relationship.
All these sultry details.
But do go on.
What is there to say? She's a remarkable woman, and I admire her. Even after Edwin's death, she held herself with such poise.
Poise, is that what we're calling it?
That's definitely what we're calling it.
Okay.
It sounds as though you hold her in the highest regard.
And why shouldn't I? Women these days could take a leaf out of her book on how to present themselves.
Oh, please no. Please no.
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 You said you'd talked with the Major a few times. About what exactly? Please tell me the... give me the play-by-play to the nearest detail of every conversation you've ever held throughout your lifetime with this man.
He had approached me about doing some business together. I like to know who I'm getting into bed with first.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Yeah, I'll leave that one.
You both went ahead with your business venture.
Not so much a business venture, more security related. But there is no need to discuss that any further.
Is there something you wish to remain hidden about your partnership, monsieur?
It was far from a partnership. I hired him to run security at my factories.
Oh,
if the
you're
workers
a
were
bitch,
going to get
bitch.
violent, I wanted to make sure I was ready to protect my property.
That's so unfortunate. Both you and the Major have been very supportive of Madame de Van den Bosch over the years, ne sais pas?
That is correct.
And the reason for your support was always of a purely platonic nature.
Only murders in the building.
If you're trying to insinuate
I need
that
to
I was
watch that show.
expecting something in return, you can remove your head from the gutter.
Wow.
I meant no offense.
Get
I'm only trying
straight
to
to the
understand
point
the
on that one,
dynamic
huh?
of your relationship.
We need to approach this in a different manner. Perhaps I should speak with the Comtesse on this.
Merci for your cooperation.
Hey, the man in that room claims that you're sleeping together. Thoughts? Concerns?
Tell me about his genitalia.
No
Have you
trouble at
seen
all.
it?
How can I help?
Is it weird?
Oh, that reminds me of the Elon Musk tweet.
I'm sorry, what? How does what I just said remind you, what did that asshole do this time?
Oh my god. Okay, so...
What did I miss?
I retweeted this a while ago because it was funny. So a while ago, there was like an allegation that he like exposed himself to someone at the job, like at work, and
Okay.
he tweeted that it was like a false allegation, and in order to like prove that it's real, the person should describe anything about his genitalia that isn't known to the public, like tattoos and piercings and stuff. And he's like, and she won't be able to because it's a lie. And someone
I do remember him doing that. That's the yeah. I do remember that.
Someone quote tweeted that and was like, "Oh, you've been assaulted by me? Name 5 fucked up things about my dick." And that's so funny.
I do remember that tweet. I remember you retweeting that one. I blocked it out of my memory because I don't want to think about Musk's horrible little Musk nugget. No, I don't want to think about it. Ugh.
So yeah.
He has it tattooed to look like Cookie Monster.
Oh, I hope that's correct. That's so funny. But yeah, that's what that comment reminded me of. Anyway, with the joining of your two families and the Major being around so much, I assume you knew him well.
I knew of him more than actually knowing him myself. In the past, he made his feelings towards my brother and I quite clear.
And that was not in a positive way.
I certainly wouldn't call trying to get Angeline to postpone the engagement positive.
I spoke with your brother earlier. He was certainly enjoying himself. That's not the words I would use.
What do you mean?
I do not mean to pry, only I imagine the whole room was aware of his celebrating with a bottle.
You must be mistaken. Neither my brother nor I drink.
Ash, please, he's engaged.
What?
This is his engagement party. My brother nor I drink.
Have you met your brother?
I do not know how he could not have noticed the state his brother's in. Perhaps one does not see what one does not want to believe.
You realize, sir, that like 12 bottles are gone and they are currently sitting at the feet of your brother. 12 entire bottles of hard liquor.
How's your relationship with your brother?
We aren't the closest. But what brothers are?
I would argue that many are.
We've lived very different lives. Our priorities are different. He does not see things the way I do. There isn't much more to say.
I lived a very cushy life while my brother went off to war and saw the atrocities.
Yeah.
He drinks now, but I don't think he does.
Wonderful coping mechanisms of this entire family.
So good. There's clearly more to uncover here. I shall return to the matter when I have the fuel that is required to get the answers.
The fuel that is required to light this fire.
I'd like to ask you about your work with the union.
I have lent my voice to some discussions. I have tried to facilitate meetings. Just positive support.
Does that positive support include sending letters to those on the opposing side?
Detective Poirot, I'm not sure what you think I have done.
I don't even remember what this is going for. It's been so long. Did we have a letter or something?
There was a letter to the major, I think, talking about union stuff.
Monsieur,
I forget exactly
a
what it
letter
was.
has been found
there it is.
threatening the major of what
that.
might happen
There
if he
we
does not act
go.
promptly, and now he has wound up dead.
Oh, he's saying, did you write the letter? Not, we found a letter from you about the
Correct.
union stuff. Okay.
You think my sending him a letter, warning him not to get involved, means I murdered him?
So you did send the letter.
Apparently.
I'm so confused.
At this time, it is certainly
I'm
reason
big
for me
dumb,
to be
chat. I don't know why
suspicious.
I'm playing these games.
I have been funding the strikes.
It's just
detective.
been a while. It's fine.
These men deserve fair treatment and a wage that fits the hard work.
What if
they
he didn't? But he
undertake
just said
every
he
single
did.
day. The major didn't see that. All he cared about was the money for his services, and that is all I care to discuss.
New conversation unlocked. With who? The major? We're gonna go conduct a seance.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Where's he gonna
Everybody
go?
hold hands. We're going to take the skull of the major.
First, we
Well,
have
first-
to clean it. It's gonna take a while.
We have to detach it from the rest of the body, and then we will take the skull of the major. We shall put it on a table, and we shall have a seance.
I cast Speak with Dead. I have 3 questions.
Question 1. Why you suck?
Okay, I have a new conversation unlocked. Okay, no things to link yet. Zachariah resents Gideon. We know that. Talk to Zachariah. Got it. And also talk to Zachariah. Okay. Talk to Jackie. Talk to Margot. Who's Jack? Okay, so these two.
Every murder mystery could be solved with one necromancer. This is true. This
Yeah.
is very true.
Yep.
Hey, wake up. Who killed you? Cool, thanks, bye.
I am all yours, detective.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Oh yeah, she's totally into us.
Yep. Did you ever speak to the major about how he treated Madame Vanderbanch?
Why would I actively choose to speak to that wretched man?
You know what? That's fair.
You were quite adamant of your protection of Madame. If he was as awful as you portrayed him to be, there must have been some words spoken, or perhaps written?
He was quite aware of how I felt towards him, and the lengths he has gone to remain close to the family. That is all that needs to be said.
Uh-huh.
I must admit, I would not want to be on the receiving end of your tongue's wrath, Countess.
Don't make a tongue comment. Don't make a tongue comment. That's all I ask. Don't make a tongue comment.
Wise thinking, detective.
Thank God. I'm sure you've noticed Madame Vandenbosch's absence.
I imagine she will have shed a tear for him, but she should not waste any more.
You don't think she would? Or you don't want her to?
I have made it quite clear what I think of that man, alive or dead. I would not want her to waste anything further on him.
I'm surprised that she likes her, considering she hated the guy for pretty much the same reasons.
Yeah, Margot is like, she's so close to being likable about all this, but she's still friends with that horrible person, and then also has the like, I help the poor because, you know, they're just so worthless kind of like attitude of things. So
Yeah.
like, she's so close to being cool, but then she's like, ah, you're still kind of like naively rich. You know?
And she's also still got that throat deformity. So
I'm okay with the throat deformity. You know what? Sometimes things happen. It's what's on the inside that counts.
Mm-hmm. Do you not know who has the sharper tongue, Madame Vandenbosch or the Comtesse? It's certainly a close race for first place. Yeah, so if you look at her art, these are supposed to connect to the clavicle. Where's that one going?
Yeah, those muscles don't cross.
That's
for
my
her, they do.
question. Where that attached to and why?
She is incapable of looking to the right. That's all it means.
Yeah.
What of it?
Do you believe there was something more to their friendship?
As I
This game won a BAFTA, by the way.
This game won a BAFTA.
I am not one to gossip.
You're actually exactly one to gossip. We know who we're talking to.
I would not even consider your name and that word in the same sentence.
What if she was attacked? You're gonna make fun of her deformity. Wow.
Because it is not gossip when it's the truth.
That's not true.
The twoof?
The dwarf. It's the dwarf.
Twoo.
Why else do you think he would stay around for so long? Yes, he was a friend and partner to the Viscount, but it is plain to see it is Cassandra's partnership he longs for.
You explained that the Major was trying to remain close to the family, but not why.
He was a disgusting leech that was driven only by money and power, like most men.
Fair.
Yep.
I can assure you not all men are concerned with such egotistical wealth.
Oh my
Yeah, there's
god,
like five
Poirot's
that
a
aren't.
not all men guy? God.
Yep.
God.
That may be, but they are few and far between. I believe you are a special case, Detective Poirot.
He's not like other girls. He's special.
He's
It is not the
worse.
first time I have been described in such a way.
Embrace the compliment, Detective. You have
Oh,
set
she's so
yourself
mad about
apart
that.
from the horrid crétins that seem to somehow make their way into positions of authority and power.
And that is what the Major was doing? Using Madame Vandenbosch as his ladder to the top?
Oh no shit.
You are finally seeing the man he was. A weak and self-indulgent social climber.
Well, we already knew that from our first interaction. Open my eyes and Major's true ambitions.
I feel like that describes a lot of the people just at this party.
Yeah, it does.
Merci, Countess. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
You could make that comment about almost anyone in this house.
It's like rich people are involved. It's probably a lot of that going around.
Hi, Jackie.
You came to the right place. What do you need?
I forgot she was American. What did you know?
She's got a scoop to tell you, don't you know?
I know that he was not the good and honest man he liked to think he was.
I don't even think he thought that.
Yeah, no, he probably just didn't care.
If you spoke to him for longer than 5 minutes, you'd know. I've met people in dark alleys I trust before him.
What are you doing in dark alleys?
She's getting a scoop. She's getting a scoop. It's got to run in the paper tomorrow morning.
When you did speak with him, what was discussed?
I'm sorry, Poirot. If you're looking for a deep-seated secret between me and him, you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, I doubt that. I doubt it's going to be whatever you're telling me it was, but... Conrad is wise to the nature of this question. She knows exactly what and what not to say. This nut may be harder to crack than first expected.
Come on, Jackie, crack this nut. We need the scoop. Get the editor on the line. We got to know. This paper's got to go out tomorrow morning. We got to know what's going on.
That man has got some real anger issues. I get why he's frustrated. He's trying his best for the workers, but holding on to rage like that, something's gonna burst.
He doesn't seem a very rageful person. He seems like he doesn't know what accent he has.
Yeah, he's a little lost. Man suppressing his anger and a murdered body, the most amateur detective could see a connection. I mean, if suppressing his anger is what they were going with for his character portrait, they nailed it. But...
Suppressing anger makes you puff up like a threatened pufferfish?
Yeah, if you're trying very, very hard to not just explode out of anger, you turn red eventually.
Yeah, but you don't, like, expand.
You don't know. I mean, the other girl has a neck deformity. He might have some sort of issue with his face.
Okay, you make a point. I was going to say, like, I've been furious before and I didn't expand, but yeah, you make a good point. Okay, so he's just... So everyone here is deformed in some way. That makes me feel terrible for making fun of them now.
You seem to know a great deal about everyone. Can you tell me about Monsieur de Silva and Madame Vandenbosch?
If you think you can use me as some sort of gossip machine, you are sorely mistaken.
Shut up. You're
a journalist.
Yeah. You're like a tabloid journalist, too.
I can assure you it is not a case of gossiping. At this point, everything may be relevant to my investigation.
So I would be helping you potentially solve a crime? You should have said that off the bat. To say he's
What do you think this is?
I reckon he's been wanting her for years.
What do you ma'am?
I'm investigating the murder. So are you saying that if I talk to you about this man who was murdered, it might help you investigate the murder?
This isn't the man who's murdered. This is De Silva. This is De Silva and Vandenbosch.
He's still investigating.
Yeah. But like, still, we are a detective questioning everybody in this room about all of their interpersonal relationships because there was a murder.
Yeah, it should still be like pretty clear that, we're looking for connections here.
Ma'am. She's not a very good journalist.
I see.
I mean, there's one thing about not talking to the cops, and there's another thing of just like, murder investigation, he's Belgian. There's a difference.
I get the feeling that they're not going with a Miss Sunshine type character, so it's weird to me that they put that line in. You know?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. If she did, she would have said something about it, right?
What are your thoughts on the Comtesse?
I don't know if you really would. She's got a mouth the size of Texas, except when it comes to truths about her. She wants everyone to think that she's the savior of these girls at the shelter. But there's a side to her I don't think anyone gets to see.
Are you going to tell us about it, or do we have to remind you that we're investigating a murder?
Which newspaper do we need to buy to find your page 12 story that you're talking about here? Because it's certainly not the front page, but, we'll dig for it.
We'll dig, yeah.
And what side is that?
Is it like the page with the funnies? Because I'll find it quick
away
that way.
Under her very expensive dress.
Huh?
What? we were asking about a different person's genitals before, not hers.
No, that's not what I mean.
What?
I can only see the work at a women's shelter as positive, even if reasons start to come from a selfish place. The work they do cannot be scoffed at. What is she implying?
That from what he's thinking here, it seems like she's not genuine about her wanting to help the poor, so she's helping the poor for some selfish reason, but
yeah, I get that.
But, you know, like, doing the right thing for a shitty reason is still doing the right thing, so...
I mean, I've played games before where, like, the motives are very nefarious, like they hold the girls hostage or whatever, but I doubt that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
But the dress comment was so weird. Hey, Obungi, I still don't have those emotes. I'm putting some man now. I've always been.
You have been most helpful. I request you
I'm just the guest here.
Merci.
Don't let Obungi bully you.
I can't be bullied by chat.
That's true, you're immune.
I am. Have you seen my streams? I don't fucking give a shit.
Okay, we have 2. Oh god, we have to find 2 connections.
Good luck.
Thanks, man. You're just not gonna help me? Okay, so actually we still need to talk to Zachariah for these 2 things. So let's go do that.
And then we'll have more connections.
Hello, sir. Your brother seems to think that you don't drink even though you can barely stand. Thoughts?
Are you sober right now?
And yet, no one actually asks.
I am asking now.
I should have expected that, shouldn't I? What is there to say? We used to be close, but not so much anymore.
Is that why you look disheveled and he has all the money?
I would find it very helpful if you could at least elaborate on your relationship.
We already know about the split putter.
Got an education, and was the apple of our father's eye. I went to war. See the difference now.
Has again mentioned that his time in the war. While I do not mean to belittle his efforts for his country, it seems as though he has not been able to leave that life behind on the battlefield. What do you mean belittle his efforts for his country? Huh?
Well, I mean, this is of a time of, you know, mental health being taken even less seriously than it is today, so...
Yes, but... I get that, but this was not written. This game wasn't written in that time, and we're supposed to empathize with Poirot. He's an us character.
This is also true. But Poirot also eats his microphone in a closet, so...
That's true.
If you want to know about Gideon's part in the Union, why don't you ask him?
So, you are aware of his support for them?
Yes, well, he...
Uh-huh.
Oui, monsieur?
Explain.
It would be best to just ask him.
Oh my god, stop. Just tell me. Oh my god.
I think that is...
Let's go back.
Yay, back and forth conversation.
Walk
No trouble
possible.
I
Talk
believe
more about
there
your
are
brother.
The murderer is in this house. And by holding back information that may help my investigation, you only make me suspicious of your involvement. Monsieur Demir, if you continue to withhold information, I can only assume you are hiding something, and must treat you as a prime suspect in the Major's murder.
Poirot have become sass.
I have nothing to hide. If you must know, we have not been on the best terms for years now. As I said, we are different people.
You guys both keep saying the same thing.
He does not see the importance of planning for the future. And as much as my parents tried, they could not make him see that. I suppose that is why he sees me as their favorite.
They sent him to
He still
war.
believes that now.
Yeah. Unless he went on his own.
He could have died.
That's true.
I assume so. We barely talk anymore. I was hoping we would be able to sit down and talk and leave the past behind. But this evening has not panned out that way.
Yeah, no shit.
If you just a wee bit of murder.
Okay, connections.
What's a murder between brothers, right?
We have 4 now. Gideon feels detached from Zachariah. Zachariah resents Gideon.
Another success.
Suspicious individually, but cannot see them working together. Unlikely to cooperate. Okay. Talk to Gideon. We already did that. Didn't approve the marriage. Gideon and Zachariah's quarrel. Denies his brother's drinking.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Doesn't seem like it connects to anything because it's so far away.
Yeah. Ernesto has business connections with the family.
Is there anything between Gideon and Hugo with the Gideon is trying to start negotiations thing? Is there anything that, like, could go with that?
Which one?
Under Hugo, it says Gideon is trying to start negotiations.
Yeah.
Is there anything maybe hesitant to mention past with Major?
Not get me any closer.
Nope. Okay. I felt like that looks like it would connect to something, but I don't see
Gideon
where
and
else.
Zachariah's quarrel.
I cannot see the logic in that.
Okay, I was wrong.
Ernesto is fond of Cassandra. Ernesto and Cassandra's friendship?
Order and method.
Sometimes it's contradictions, and other times it's confirmation, so it's difficult. Resents Gideon, defensive of Gideon.
What a revelation!
Sometimes it just turns into throw everything together and something will work.
Conflicting attitude. Okay. Ernesto is fond of Cassandra. Ernesto has business connections to the family. Is this one connected?
I must take a different approach.
Shut up. Issues between the Major and Cassandra. Major leached onto Cassandra.
Come, my little grey cells.
Jackie doesn't trust the Major. No shit.
Who would?
The pieces of the puzzle are fine.
There we go. Talk to Ernesto. Love is a well-kept secret. Is it? Is it? One more connection.
Love is a well-kept secret. Love is a battlefield. We're gonna have to talk to the drunk brother again because battlefield.
Hugo claims to have calmed down, but Hugo's frustration is evident.
Some would say
yeah.
There we go. Hugo lied about his temper. So we need to talk to Ernesto, and that seems to be the only thing we have to do right now. Ernesto. Hi, friend.
More questions? I suppose so.
Apologies for the insistent questions on the subject, but you and Madame Vanden Bosch?
We need to know the details. You can't just give us these juicy little snippets and not tell us more.
Quick to talk of your hidden feelings towards her, perhaps only hidden to Madame Vanden Bosch herself.
What has this got to do with the Major's death? Does Cassandra know you have spoken to others about this? I have only tried to help her.
I'm merely asking the question. There's no reason to panic. It would greatly help me if you could answer honestly, or I'm not accusing you of anything, but if you continue to avoid this question, I may think there is in fact something you're hiding. I think he needs a firmer hand, but you know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
There may be some feelings there, but Madame Vanden Bosch does not know of them, and I trust that it will remain that way.
It's hard for her not to know of them, considering you've been splaying them out for everyone to see, including me, this entire time. But okay.
Merci for your cooperation.
Okay. So, Ernesto cares for Cassandra. Oh, there's no connections. Okay. So what am I doing now? Did I miss one? Do I have to talk to somebody? Talk to Margot. Again. Hi.
This whole chapter is just this room.
Yep. Push on the Major's aggression towards Cassandra.
Countess, you gave me the impression
the
the Major and the Madame were close.
Oh boy.
But there were times where he acted rather aggressively to her, n'est-ce pas?
I'm sorry, Detective, but I did not mean to give you such an impression.
Bullshit. I've already built a rapport with the Comtesse. Some may even see in a flirtatious manner. Perhaps if I continue to charm her, she will reveal the information.
Ooh.
Flattering or humble? I think flattering.
Sure.
It is obviously I who am mistaken. A fine woman of your stature would not purposefully lead a young man astray.
Ever the charmer, Detective.
Oh, I should like that.
I would talk more on it, but I'm afraid Cassandra would think I am talking about her behind her back.
Comtesse has something more to say, but she still holds back. Something tells me it's more to do with receiving attention. Perhaps I can use that to my advantage. How would Madame Van den Bosch feel if she heard the contents of our conversation from me? No. You obviously care a great deal about Madame Van den Bosch. Assisting me will help clear her of any wrongdoing. That is what you want from her, isn't it? Or for her. I think that one. Although it would be lovely to just fumble our way through life as Poirot.
I know. Which is the attention one? Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely coercive because this is a threat.
Do it.
It is not often I am swayed so easily. I applaud you on your willingness and persistence. From day one, I was wary of his intentions.
He did the face that you fucked up, so I was worried.
Before he showed his true colors. If it is
Poirot just feels bad because he feels like he's leading her on.
But he is out of her life.
I understand your feelings towards the Major, but perhaps there was...
He was a bully. He took his shortcomings out on her, and she sat there and accepted it. I never thought I would see the day. Perhaps now she will be able to see the man he truly was. Karma will always catch up to you.
We got an achievement.
Oh. What was it, for getting through perfectly?
It was Margot's achievement, so I assume so. I assume it was like a charming her achievement.
Charm the shield off her.
If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
I had my opinion of the Major, one that is wiser and kept to myself, but I did not expect so many like-minded thinkers. Should think further on what I have heard in my quarters. We have to talk to Archibald. To go to bed. We forgot where our room was. Excuse me, sir, I'm lost.
Archibald, take me to bed, please. Please carry me there.
Can I get a piggyback
My
ride,
time
please?
with the guests is complete. For tonight, at least.
Do you know who killed Major Hagen?
No.
I am afraid it is not as simple as that. There are many steps that lead to the truth. I must think on everything I have heard this evening and dissect the truths from the lies. Merci for your assistance this evening. Au revoir.
Came here expecting to solve a case of blackmail to relieve a family of burden that is weighed upon them and overshadowed a joyous celebration.
Instead, murder.
Not
murder
instead.
Most foul.
Accompanied by. We still have to solve the blackmail.
We don't need to solve anything.
That's true. We could just go home.
Wade through the snow, make another penis in it.
One
Be like
a
later
proper
losers.
penis this time.
No,
One
no, no.
that isn't
Make
like fucked up.
No. Make it more fucked up.
Make
This
it
place
more
deserves
fucked up. An eldritch penis.
Yes. Yes. The kind that causes nightmares.
I've never been to an engagement celebration where a death has taken center stage before. Although the guests' alibis confirm each other's, I still cannot rule out the possibility of one of them being involved in the Major's death, obviously. Relationships between some of the guests and the Major were more than rocky. Dislike towards him was plentiful, but enough to drive someone to murder. I mean, if they all hated him. You gotta assume at least one of them made, like, a joke one time, and the rest of them kind of laughed, but all looked at each other, and that's when they knew.
Wouldn't it be great if he just died? They know.
This is now the perfect opportunity to think about everything I've heard today. New mind map unlocked.
And then Poirot laid down in bed with his teddy bear and had himself a think.
And he still wore his red shoes to bed.
Of course. Those are fused to his feet at this point.
Okay, 5 connections. Let's go. Hugo has dirt on the Major. Jackie wants information from Hugo.
Yep, that seemed absolutely, that was going to be first thing I said, too.
Yeah, Jackie pushing for dirt on the Major. Jackie claims Margot is hiding something. Advice to the Major.
What a revelation.
Oh my god, it's like all the connections are right next to each other.
I know. It's gonna make a perfect little daisy chain around the thought bubble.
I hope so.
Letter she sent protecting Cassandra was threatening indeed, and Jackie seems unable to determine her secret.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally
Never mind, the daisy
together.
chain has been broken.
No, the daisy chain.
All guests have at least one other guest to confirm their alibis.
Damn you, Salon.
Ernesto cares for Cassandra.
Another
Threat to the
success.
Major.
I never doubted myself.
Minded by both love and greed, he may have struck down his opposition. Ernesto's motive, jealousy. Margot's motive, protection. I don't think I need to connect that. We'll see. We only have one more connection. Ernesto fronting money for the house. Zachariah's conflicting attitude. Hesitant to mention past with the Major. Gideon's trying to start negotiations. Gideon wrote the letter. Confirmed. Resents Gideon. Brothers are unlikely to cooperate. Expressed disdain for Margot. Zachariah is repressing something. I wonder what he's repressing, my guy.
The war?
The war? Resents Gideon. The brothers are missing a motive. We need to give one of them a motive with this last connection.
I must take a different approach.
I was just thinking. Disdain for Margot. I don't think it would be like all the way across.
Yeah, no, it's probably like between the brothers.
Yeah.
But they already have one thing between the brothers.
Conflicting attitude. Fronting money for the house.
Is there something?
I just thought because maybe those are both financial.
I get it.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Oh, it's just telling me. Wrote the letter.
Okay, so it's not between the brothers.
Surprised by my own.
History with the Major combined with threats to his well-being definitely show intent. Motive, retribution. Okay. Please don't be Margot.
Thunk.
Who could that be at this hour?
Entrez.
Oh, thank
Detective, I'm sorry I did not join you in the salon as requested.
Please, mademoiselle. There is no need to apologize.
Yes, there is.
I do like that they added an engagement ring to her sprite. It's nice.
I was
They
with
did.
Maman in her room. She would not allow anyone to see it, but I could see she was
That's why they got a
terribly
BAFTA.
upset.
That's why they got a BAFTA. My title should have just been "This game won a BAFTA."
As always, next time.
There's always next time.
Most understandable.
Do you have any suspicions as to who could have killed him?
I'm afraid my suspicions extended across all of the party's guests. While it seems as though their alibis all corroborate one another's, the disdain and hostility towards the Major makes them rife with motive.
How did he die again? Like, was it a blow to the head?
No, I think it was. Well, no, it might. Ooh, there was the blow to the head, and he was also stabbed, but the stab might have been post-mortem.
Where was he stabbed? Do you remember? I'm sure I'll be able to see this, but
I don't remember where, but it was the kind of thing of like, was it an icicle kind of deal?
oh,
Because like none of the things matched or whatever.
because the window was open, and I was like, please, for the love of God, not an ice knife.
Yeah.
Um,
It's always an ice knife. Always. Every time. If the option
Every
is to be
time.
an ice knife, it's going to be an ice knife.
so clever. Because I was like, their alibis all corroborate each other, but that doesn't mean somebody didn't set something up and then leave. But if there was nothing, but if it was like it wasn't like a poisoning. Someone had to be there.
Ice knife. Ice knife to the
Do you
back of the
remember
head.
The Sherlock episode where they were all stabbed and they couldn't figure out how the stabbing was happening.
Where they were all stabbed?
Yeah, there
Wait,
was
what?
there was a Sherlock episode where a bunch of people were stabbed in like locked rooms by themselves.
Oh, wait. Do you mean episode of like the show?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that at all.
Okay. Yeah,
I've probably seen it and I just don't remember it. I thought you were talking about the game and I was just like, I don't remember playing through that bit with you. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad. No, I'm talking about the BBC show Sherlock.
with Bumbledown Cameraman. Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. There was one where they were all getting stabbed and like nobody could figure out how it was happening because there was no entry point or exit point in any of the rooms. There
Was it an ice knife?
No. There was a knife hidden in the inside of their belt buckles that like stabbed them while they were adjusting it or like putting it on, but they didn't feel it until they took it off later and bled out.
Maybe I did see this episode.
It was so stupid. Because you would feel that.
Yeah, you would.
You would. And then also, they would be able to figure that out immediately upon examining the clothes. But okay.
Oh, this belt stabs people. Can't be
Wow.
that.
I remember seeing that and I was like, this is so stupid. I swear to God, if it's something like that, I'm gonna be mad.
I know there was some bad blood between the Major and some of the guests, but...
He was
when she
already
left
dead
him,
at dinner.
surely. She may seem tough on the exterior, but she's
Oh no, he
really
died during
quite
dinner.
kind when you get to know her.
The Countess? She is a formidable force I would not want to come up against.
Well, he was discovered
be
dead
silly,
during dinner, so he could have died
She
before
wouldn't
dinner.
hurt his soul.
Yeah, he would have
Jacqueline,
had to
I
have
mean.
died before dinner. Mademoiselle Conrad, she was the least suspicious.
I assume that's who you were talking about, Detective, after what happened between them.
That is a story I have yet to hear.
She must have told you about the piece she was writing on us, about Gideon's work and our marriage.
Are you telling us that all of the interviews we just did were for nothing because this is the actual plot?
Yes.
Fuck,
Smile.
this game won a BAFTA.
This game won a BAFTA.
Somehow, that was the only thing she did not mention.
It was very fucking obvious though, Poirot. She's a journalist at a wedding.
Gotta get that scoop.
That's strange.
Call
She
the
was
office.
an American
What she would have
journalist
started
at
the
a
Stop the presses.
conversation
Call the
French
editor.
wedding.
Well, she had come to the house to interview me, And when I entered the library, she was there with Felix amid a rather heated conversation.
Who's Felix again? This game won a BAFTA.
Do you know what this conversation regarded?
I'm afraid not, but Felix was quite enraged. He picked up an envelope from the table and stormed out, slamming the door behind him.
And Mademoiselle Conrad?
She was equally heated in the moment. She had a few
I got Jacqueline Jackie Conrad achievement.
Jacqueline Jackie Conrad with a scoop.
With a scoop.
Yeah, that scoop.
I would ask about her mom, but I don't care. If you were in my position, who would be at the top of your suspect list?
I laugh because neither do I.
Any of them committing such a heinous crime.
It can often be hard to look past one's personal feelings for someone and see their flaws.
Imagine she's like, that's why I'm getting married. My future husband has no flaws.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm just... That's how I feel towards that statement.
It's not that, Detective. It's just they have known each other for years. Why would any of them act now?
That would be like, oh, so he did it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a murder? You marrying a murderer? Okay.
I was under the impression the Major had merely a business relationship with some of the guests.
That's true. But those invited know each other. Some of them for years. They may not seem like it, but some are even friends.
No.
I have to.
Friends? Here?
Mom.
Rich people? No.
How's your mom doing? Is she croaked yet?
Better, thank you, Detective. She's resting in her room. It is the best place for her.
Yes, away from everyone else where no one can hear her.
Lock the door from the outside.
And you, mademoiselle?
I'm not quite sure. It is a rather surreal feeling. I did not think I would miss him like I do.
Then stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
you don't need to
stop.
miss him. Just stop.
No,
just stop missing him. He was a dick.
It is
just stop.
understandable. He has been a close friend to your maman for many years.
Would you say missing him is like feels like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders?
Do you feel lighter in any way?
Like you can breathe suddenly?
Like something is missing. Yeah, it's that crushing despair, correct?
And to me, Detective, we had grown close. After Father's passing, he was always there for me. And now, he's gone as well.
You must try and not think on it like that.
Yeah, try and think about
Remember
it as
he was a dick.
After your money. And that was his only motive for being nice to you.
It is easier said than done.
Crush her spirit. Liz, damn.
I have no doubt, but you can be assured the culprit will not remain at large for long. You have my word.
Remember when she was like, I'm just gonna hide something valuable and blame it on a servant?
Yep.
I should return to my room now, Detective. It has been a trying day for us all.
Some more than others.
Mademoiselle. I am afraid tomorrow may bear a
Well, I mean, one
resemblance,
guy's dead, so
but
yeah.
I will not stop until I have found his killer.
I am certainly glad you are here, Detective.
When and where a detective is required, that is where I shall be. Bonne nuit, mademoiselle.
I wonder if the reason that her shawl is sheer here and not here is because they couldn't figure out how to make a transparent texture.
Is it like
It's sheer here, and it's fully opaque here. You can see.
I thought that I saw a tiny bit of transparency in the texture, but it was just my eyes playing tricks on me.
Yeah, no,
it was just shadow.
That's a solid.
Oh, yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like her jewelry's painted on.
Yep.
So.
BAFTA.
BAFTA. I don't mean to pick this game apart as much as I do, but it just,
It's a very fun game. We're enjoying the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
It's a wee bit janky, and so we're gonna rag on it. It just happens. It's a
Perhaps
good
I
game.
must consider looking at the guests together and not individually.
It's just surprising that you can swallow a microphone and get a BAFTA. Like, it's a very cruel thing for me to say, but...
We have one connection. The guests have known each other for years.
My God.
No. Okay, I was like, it's not that easy.
They've
guests
been
have known each
slowly
other
poisoning
for
him
years,
over years.
but all alibis have been confirmed.
Come, my little gray cells.
God damn it.
We must...
Okay, the guests have known each other for years. Jackie knows a lot about the guests.
I must act on thought and...
That wasn't even it.
Magnifique.
You would think it would be they're covering for each other very meticulously, but...
Nope.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Jackie seems suspicious. Does she?
She's a journalist all the way from America. She's getting the scoop.
All motives
Suspicious.
confirmed. All alibis confirmed.
Magnifique.
Oh.
I don't know who I can trust or whose stories I can believe. Are the guests innocent? No. All guests are suspicious. And they've known each other for years.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
I now doubt how trustworthy their stories may be. They may well be covering for each other.
Did they actually all do it?
I really hope it's another murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah. They've been planning this for years.
At this point, though, if I'm the only cop around and the only one who knows about the incident, wouldn't they just jump me?
Here's the thing.
Yeah?
And it kind of carries over into real life to a real surprising degree, too. Murderers are pretty fucking dumb a lot of the time.
Yeah, but like, you would think...
You would think you would have a plan.
An accident.
Yeah.
Outside where no one could hear him?
Yeah. No.
Nope.
No.
Multiple guests may be responsible. Yes. Rather multiple.
It was everyone. It was Poirot all along.
Oh God, I hope it was me with just like on an episode. Just like I had a little bender right before dinner, and I don't remember it.
Poirot with the candlestick.
Colonel Mustard with the candlestick.
And everybody else was just like...
The red shoes and socks are symbolic.
The red shoes they weren't red when he showed up. That was just a hallucination of his memory.
How could I not have considered that the Major's death was part of a ploy created and executed by more than only one of the guests? Because you're dumb.
Pretty much.
Came almost as an epiphany following Madame Angeline's remark about the guests' shared past. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble reading this font in particular on this background, but I am.
No, it's not just you. It's kind of a light gray on a light gray.
I don't know why. It's like tripping me up, and because of the way that it is, it's like making me like blur them together. Perhaps Mademoiselle will become the trusted ally that I now sense might be essential to catching the guilty parties. Unless she fucking did it, dude. How about you don't just rule someone out because they're nice to you for 2 seconds? Tonight's questioning was only the beginning. I will allow my suspects to sleep on their stories, and we will see how they fare tomorrow. No! Sleep deprive them. All. In the salon.
You'll start telling the truth when you can't sleep.
Teddy, aren't you a mod?
I am, but I didn't see it until just now. I'm sorry, I was looking at the game capture of the game that we were playing.
Can't believe my mod has one monitor.
I have 2 monitors and I was looking at the other one. What? What? I never said I was a good one. You just modded me out of nowhere because I show up here and we're friends and we play games together. I don't know what I'm doing.
Uh-huh. Perhaps one of those involved with morals enough to show a glimmer of regret. No.
Don't you want to purchase followers for your channel?
I like that this one also came into the other channel that I'm in a lot. And they commented on the fact that it specifically says chatbots. Like, it comes right out and says it.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I cannot be sure who has told the truth and who's attempted to sell me down the Fluve. Is that a river? The Fluve?
I don't think a fluve is like an actual natural river, but like
I don't know what that means. What is that?
It's like an aqueduct kind of tube, but I don't think it's for an aqueduct. I'll look it up.
Okay. I figured that's what it was because I've heard sell me down the river before. I've never heard sell me down the Fluve. Perhaps
no, I'm wrong. Fluve is just French for river. Never mind.
Oh, okay, cool.
I thought it was a thing. No, it's just river.
River.
Well, all right then.
It sounds like a very water type word. You know?
I thought it was like when lumberjacks cut down a tree and they send a log, if they don't send it like down the river, if they have like a man-made water transport for it, I thought that was the fluve.
Oh,
it's kind of like aqueduct shaped, but it's for like that. That's what I thought that was, but apparently it's just river.
Okay. A good night's sleep will surely bring a new dawn of thinking. What better setting to do so in the peaceful falling blanket of snow that surrounds us all? Same. God, I wish it was snowing here. It's just cold. Like, we had a little bit of snow, but it's all gone.
Just been raining all day here.
Yeah, same. For the last, like, few days. I really hope that it snows again for most of December, because the one thing about Toronto is that, like, 90% of the time, every fucking year, the day that it finally snows is the day after Christmas. And it sucks every time because you're just like, well, I'm in a disgusting, gray, muddy mess. I love that. Merry Christmas.
Well, I mean, I'm in New York, so it's like, it snows. It's like, hey, it's beautiful. And then ooh, the asphalt.
Like,
now it's dirt.
Black.
Yeah. You ever see just black snow? It's great.
Yes. Yeah, I get that a lot here, too. We have a lot of that fun smog.
Yeah. Planet's dying, Cloud.
Just got an achievement, the interrogations. So I guess that's the end of that chapter. It seems not everyone has the same idea. Cutscene? Murderer!
Somebody's sneaking around in the snow, making their own weird penis.
Go get him. Show him how to draw a penis.
No, you gotta make the balls bigger.
Bigger. Chapter 5, The Secret. Is there gonna be a secret in this chapter? That's wild.
In a murder mystery? A secret? You don't say.
A restless sleep combined with the image of the eerie figure in the snow has only convoluted what my little gray cells must consider. Great, I'm glad that going to bed made it worse. Should not have expected this to be a simple case. I have been lied to by at least one of the guests. Their alibis all confirm each other's, but I know this is not to be true.
By at least one?
At least?
You mean everybody?
Yeah. How the Major was involved with the blackmail eludes me. Okay, we have no connections right now. First blackmail letter, Gideon paid it off. Major's blackmail letter, ransom value. Gideon, Angeline, and Archibald. Okay.
Archibald, you keep showing up. You keep inserting yourself in things. Is it because you're the butler, or is it because you're a murderer?
What am I doing? I just investigate the blackmail. Major's involvement with the blackmail, investigate the murder. Usually there's like a list of things to do on the side. Wait. That's That's a new map. How? When? Where? Who? What? Why?
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 Why? Why?
Blackmailer wishes family to suffer. Motives. Blackmailer wishes the family to leave the manor.
I'm glad you followed me on that wide journey.
They're living in the walls. It's their house. Hello?
Man, what if she is in the wall?
Good morning, Detective.
That would be so
slept
good.
well?
She just pops out of the walls. We catch her in the middle of the night just trying to grab a snack.
What is this question? You sleep well after that murder?
I did, actually, like a baby.
I'm afraid I did not. I was hoping for at least a moment of pleasant slumber, but alas, it was not to be. Finding the Major's killer is the only thing that will put my mind at ease.
In that case, Detective, what can I do to help?
Do you know who killed them? Can you tell me? While watching the snowfall last night, I swear I saw a silhouette of a figure standing in the garden.
In that snow? If someone was out there, we'd have another body on our hands.
We go outside, someone's fucking dead.
It's just The Shining out there. It's like, Jack Nicholson, what are you doing here?
I thought our hedge maze was a great idea.
I would not believe it myself if I had not seen it with my own eyes.
Staff have reported seeing things in the dark before.
I told you
but
someone's
it
living in the
always
walls.
just turns out to be shadows. It was likely just your mind playing tricks.
Archibald, you need to see more horror movies. If somebody tells you there's some creepy going on, maybe listen.
Maybe listen. Maybe just leave immediately. Don't go check out the weird noise or the weird shadow. Just leave.
No, you can go check it out. You've got a 50-50 shot if you check it out. If you ignore it entirely, you're gonna die.
You do die, yes. But also, if you leave immediately, you have a higher chance of it not following you.
This is true, but as one of the kind of people who would absolutely go check it out without a second's hesitation,
you would be the first to die.
I have to at least give myself the 50-50 of checking it out rather than just ignoring it.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are like, he's not coming back. We should leave.
No, I'll come back.
I've
survived worse.
Okay. Wait, were you one of the people that survived the Neverlook?
The who's a what's it?
The Neverlook.
What's the Neverlook?
Oh, were you not around OBG during the Neverlook era?
Was I? I have no idea.
So in their old house, there was like the stairs that went down to the basement, right? And on the side of the stairs, there was a wall. And
I was not around for this. I've heard vague things, but keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. There was a vague little crawl space that only maybe a child could fit through. It was walled off by a singular panel of glass. There was no light in it, and it was just a dug hole going to the side and off into the darkness that was just made of dirt behind a glass panel that was see-through. And you never looked.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't around at that time. And
there's a picture of the Neverlook. You should ask Brawley for it.
I want it, yes, because the next thing I was going to say, if I was around during that time and I had become friends with them sooner, if I had ever managed to visit that house...
You would have found your way into the Neverlook.
Oh, I would have investigated it like it was the most important fucking thing in the world.
It was like a cryptid on the channel for a while.
Yeah, that was before my time there.
Definitely ask Brawley or Dag, but probably Brawley for that picture.
Somebody send me a picture of the Neverlook. I will discover its secrets.
Okay. Did not see Mademoiselle Elizabeth last night.
I'm afraid our Lizzie is not well. I think the events of yesterday were too much for her. We'll have to just make do without her this morning.
Oh, that's sad sprite.
Oh. Oh, we're not gonna have to have the Comtesse around. Oh, no, that's just the saddest thing.
We go in her room, she's fucking dead.
I don't know how I'm ever gonna recover. So what's for breakfast?
As Wordsworth once stated, rest and be thankful. Perhaps a chance of peace and relaxation will work wonders.
Is that peace and relaxation for her or for us, Poirot?
Would also like to speak with Madame Vanden Bosch at her earliest convenience.
Oh wait, Madame Vanden Bosch isn't Liz. Never mind. I thought he was talking about Madame.
No.
But if you wish,
Lizzie is the head servant, I think.
Oh no. Okay, now I feel bad because I like Lizzie.
Lizzie's good.
Yeah.
It is important that I speak with her, but perhaps it is better to allow her to finish. I do not wish to upset her before I've even asked my first question. Could perhaps investigate the garden for any evidence of the figure from last night. We're gonna go die. Would you permit me to access to the house's telephone?
I would, but I'm afraid I found this morning that the telephone lines aren't working. The snow continued through the night and must have damaged them.
Oh, good. It just keeps getting better.
Who would have thought? There's a shadowy figure out there and it's snowing and gosh darn it, the snow knocked out the phone cables. They did it with such a clean cut too. Ice crystals are real sharp.
I was gonna say, ooh, look at this clean cut.
Yeah, ice crystals and snow, they're really sharp. They'll just cut right through a wire.
Someone outside with like a comically large pair of scissors, but I never thought.
It's impossible.
If we could use the telephone, I don't think anyone would be able to reach us.
In that case, it will be up to myself alone to solve the case.
We're gonna go have that accident outside now.
I'll let you know
Hell
if
yeah.
anything changes. But until some of the snow clears, enough for the carriages to arrive, we are snowed in.
Go get a shovel, Archibald.
Welcome to Murder House.
Well, I'm not able to call upon or leave the house to find help from local authorities. It also means none of the guests are able to leave. Yeah, that's terrifying. I have until the snow clears to find not only Mademoiselle Angeline's blackmailer, but also the Major's killer. What happened to his body? Is he in the fridge?
Taken care of. Master Demir and his brother, after sobering up, helped me move him into the cellar. Best place for the time being.
Oh, so, good. Yes. I'm sure you did that delicately. We just see like a trail of blood.
No reason for
just a big smear down the hall.
They just grabbed him by the legs and just pulled him down the stairs, the head bonking against every single step on the way down.
This required 3 people.
Yeah, 2 people to pull the legs and 1 person to supervise.
Once this snow clears, we will be able to move him from the house.
Okay.
Just put him in the snow; he'll last longer.
Most valuable as always.
There's Angeline. There's the dining room. How you doing?
Countess.
No, I wanted to.
I wonder if I
can ask
some questions.
No.
That is it, detective? No small talk? No inflating of one's ego?
How about if you answer my questions, you don't go into the fire?
Marco, are you being desperate right now? Because why?
She's never had someone's attention before.
I am afraid not, Countess. With the murderer still loose in the house, my mind is rather preoccupied.
Well then, detective, perhaps I can be of some assistance.
Comment, madame?
I thought you might like to know what I found on the Major's body.
Were you just poking the dead body?
Mm-hmm.
That certainly piqued your interest.
I'm gonna be so upset. He is so mad.
The angry face.
That should be an emote, just Poirot's angry face.
His mustache is displeased.
A man has been murdered, and you find it acceptable to fool around and joke.
Yes.
Oh, please, detective. Do you really think so little of me? Archibald asked for my assistance. He knows of my medical training from my days as a nurse, and I thought I would be able to help. Even if it has been some years.
It was not his place to grant you access to the body.
I shall remember to keep my assistance to myself next time.
Yeah, good. Don't go fucking touching shit without permission, dude. What did you discover, though? Tell me about what you were bragging about.
A single stab wound, which you no doubt already knew. The knife was held in their right hand. I would say their predominant hand.
Okay, so you discovered nothing new. Cool.
Yeah, cool. Pride myself on order and method, and this is far from either. Suspect in a murder investigation has examined the very victim that they are suspected of killing, like something out of a crime novel.
Oh my god, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Eyebrow waggle.
By the depth of the wound, I would say there was no great force put into the strike. More a sign of defense than attack.
Uh-huh.
If I had to say what weapon was used, a small, sharp knife or dagger.
Thank you. Thank you for this thrilling information that we already knew, and then also your attempt to put a personal spin on it by shifting the blame and saying he probably attacked somebody.
Ice knife.
So they confirm my suspicions of the Major's knife being used to kill him.
I understand it may be difficult for one to keep such information to yourself, but I ask you to try. Your involvement has already tainted my investigation.
You are welcome, detective.
You didn't give me anything, dude.
You realize you're a suspect.
She doesn't care. She thinks she's the main character. When my superior officer hears of the goings-on in this house, I will surely be seeing the green fields of the countryside once more. I must do all I can to redeem the reputation I've worked to build, starting with finding the killer.
S'il vous plaît, Comtesse. Keep this information to yourself.
She's not gonna do that.
No, not at all. She is an incredible gossip.
Bonjour, Monsieur Demir.
Detective Poirot, how are you?
The truth, Monsieur. With each step towards uncovering the blackmailer, I am thrown 2 steps back as to the identity of the Major's killer.
Is there something I can help you with?
Oh.
After investigating the crime scene yesterday, I asked Mr. Sterling to move the body.
Archibald came to me and asked for my help in the matter. My brother and I dealt with it.
Merci for your help. It is a job that only the professionals should have to undertake.
It's a job that had to be done. Although it may have affected my brother more than I.
Yeah, no shit.
Yep.
How so?
Poirot.
The war?
Body,
the war.
The color
the war?
drained from his face.
The war.
Once we had reached the cellar, Zachariah took himself straight off to bed, without even a good night.
He went to go drink some more. I wouldn't doubt it if he has still not slept and is still drunk.
Yeah, like his PTSD is showing here. Come on.
Yeah. Did you talk to him this morning?
I have not seen him since last night. I'm sure he will have been fine after a good night's sleep.
You're such a moron. You are so stupid.
That's not how mental health works.
God. Imagine the alcohol would have acted as a sufficient sleeping aid. No.
That's not how mental health works, Poirot.
No.
He does not need his younger brother checking in on him.
He does, though. He does, and this is why you're estranged.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. These people.
Perhaps that is exactly what he requires.
I'm not sure what he told you yesterday, Detective, but he's a big boy. He can look after himself.
I wasn't going to point it out, but your mustache is attached in your portrait, but it's not attached to itself in the middle in your character model, and I think that's fucked up.
I worry that may not be the case.
Sometimes you have to just shave that little middle bit.
More than once during our conversations.
The reverse chaplain.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the reverse toothbrush, but yes, exactly. Same thought.
Yep.
He's still talking about it. I thought talking to the doctor would have stopped all of that.
That's not how mental health works.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. This is why he paid that ransom without a second thought, because he's so dumb.
You gotta use the little gray cells. You gotta do the thinky things.
Oh my god. While in the study, I noticed the Major's safe was locked.
Felix and Madame van den Bosch are the only ones with keys, as far as I'm aware. Oh, and Archibald. I'm sure I heard Felix asking him to return something to it once.
Wonder why Mr. Sterling did not mention this previously.
Merci, monsieur.
Okay, we should probably go find the guy having a mental health episode.
Yeah. He's probably not doing too well.
Aha.
Roaring fire.
could stand and gaze into the flames forever.
It's quite valuable.
Someday Poirot will burn this entire house down.
Someday soon, I hope.
He loves fire. Gazing into it.
Archibald?
Watching it dance.
I thought I had something else to say. I didn't. Let's go talk to Angelique again. Sorry, Angeline.
Good morning, Detective. I hope you were comfortable last night.
I was very comfortable. Thank you.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. The room was more
I was convertible.
I'm afraid my mind was not in a state to enjoy it to its full potential, though.
I can't imagine any of us slept soundly last night.
Murderer did.
Yeah, definitely. The murderers plural did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's more than one.
Guilt will be weighing heavily on someone's shoulders this morning.
Doubtful.
No.
Perhaps on more than one set, no.
I'm sorry if I was not much help last night, Detective.
On the contrary, your inside knowledge of the guests was of great help to my investigation. But there are many more questions that require answers.
Okay. What were your feelings towards the Major's position in the house?
His position? You mean about him living here?
Oui, even in a house this size, you must see a lot of each other.
I enjoyed having him here. When I was away with Gideon, it was comforting to know Maman was not alone. Although his work with Mr. Da Silva has kept him away from the house of late.
Ah.
What can you tell me about their relationship, working or otherwise?
There is not much to tell, only that there is no love lost between them.
Okay. Do you know what their business entailed, besides roughing up civilians?
He was always quite private about his work. I know that he was helping Mr. Da Silva with some safety matters.
I found a check addressed to the Major from Monsieur Da Silva. It noted security consulting.
Ah, that's right, security. With his military training, he helped Mr. Da Silva prepare for any trouble with the strikes.
Okay.
A little bit of the old union bashing, it seems.
Yeah. Although the Major's death has taken precedence, there has been a development in the blackmail case.
A development? Oh, Detective, I knew I could count on you.
It may not be the news you had wished for, though.
Who's ready for Lovecraft Sherlock? Oh boy, I'm ready to go back to Lovecraft Sherlock. I'm very excited for this remake.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm so happy that I managed to get all of like the bonus stuff for pledging.
What's the bonus stuff?
I think it's like extra outfits and some side stuff.
Ooh.
I managed to get in there while the window was still open, even after it had already been funded. You and Teddy Dark Picture Series playthrough when... Listen.
That's what you just did, right?
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Yeah,
I just
Liz already
played
did it.
Dark Pictures on Sunday. Yeah. Also, I don't like playing those games co-op because I like to see the whole thing. Like, we could do it like this, but I feel like Teddy would also want to, like, actually play the game. I feel kind of bad just holding him hostage as, like, a narrative voice on my channel. Where he can't actually do anything.
I haven't even played any of those games. I don't really have much interest in playing those games.
Yeah.
It's like, they're fun to watch, like, once, and then I'm kind of done with them.
Mm-hmm. And then also, this particular game is not only broken beyond belief single player, but it becomes actually unplayable in multiplayer.
Nice.
You will soft lock the other player. Like, neither of you will be able to continue, maybe about 2 hours in. But it's constant. Like,
wow.
It just doesn't work.
Oh, broken games. Fun.
It's so bad.
Fun.
Yeah, if you're interested in watching me constantly fumble through and consistently lovingly mock the new Dark Pictures game, it's on my YouTube.
Oh, is it up there
found
already?
the letter Q. Yeah, I put it up immediately.
Oh, you're faster with that than I thought. I knew it was like in the VOD. I didn't realize you put things up like right away.
I typically do. Like, what I do is I get offline, I immediately make the thumbnail, and then I go, because you can export it from Twitch, so I just go to my video manager and I hit the export button. And then that way you don't have to fully like upload it. It doesn't take that long. It just has to then render it or whatever.
Cool.
And then that goes up, and then I just put up the thumbnail, put in a playlist, and edit like the description or whatever, and put the game in, which takes YouTube 2 minutes, and then it's up. Especially because there's no exclusivity clause anymore, so I don't have to wait till the next day because there's no 24-hour exclusive Twitch content anymore.
That's right. That's why you were waiting before.
Yeah.
That's
so now I just do it immediately.
Cool.
What's funny is it's not the longest video on my channel. It's almost 8 hours, but Beacon Pines took me just over 8 hours, so that's the longest video on my channel.
And besides, I'm going to be doing other things that you'll be excited about, Cake.
Oh, yeah.
Watch my Twitter. You'll see it on the schedule. You'll learn.
It may or
Some
may
point.
not. Sorry.
Some point tomorrow. Don't give it away.
No.
Confidence.
I wasn't doing that. I was just reading the... I was reading the game.
Oh, you're reading the game. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we were going back into actually playing a video game. I'm sorry.
Isn't it that you have to wait to stream elsewhere now, but things created on Twitch are exclusive for 24 hours? No. I don't believe so.
Even if it is, there's no Twitch
Even
police
if it is,
watching
like,
that.
no one gives a fuck, actually. It may not be the news that you'd wished for, though. Another letter has been found.
Addressed to me? I don't know how much more I can take of this.
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Although it has been written in the same manner, using similar phraseology, it was not sent for your eyes, rather the Major's. Or at least that is how it seems.
I'm sorry, detective, I don't understand. It is addressed to him or not?
I found it in the Major's study yesterday while conducting my preliminary search. Whether he is the author of the letter or the recipient, I am still yet to discover.
Didn't we say that her fiance wrote that letter? Or am I thinking of a different letter? Were there two letters?
I think there's even more than 2 letters. I think there's been a bunch of letters at this point.
Well, I mean, was there 2 letters in his room?
Maybe?
If we're talking about the same letter, her husband or her fiance already confessed to writing that one.
No, yeah, we're talking about a different letter.
Heavens no, he could not do that.
You did not hesitate for a moment.
Why would he do such a thing?
I think.
And then to send a letter to himself.
Well, that's
it
wrong.
just doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Merci for your time, mademoiselle. You are to a detective what an umbrella is to a traveler on a wet day.
Huh?
What?
Useful?
Exactement.
Poirot.
Okay, we're leaving that.
Poirot.
Goodbye, everybody.
You could have done so much better, Poirot.
I like his goofy little walk animation.
With his red shoes.
With his red shoes. Okay, we're going outside into the snow in his jacket and red shoe combination.
I mean, that's what we were out in the snow in before, wasn't it?
Yes.
This man doesn't wear a coat.
He loves hypothermia.
Loves it. Every day.
Finding evidence of the figure from last night will on one hand confirm that I'm not seeing things as Mr. Sterling had suggested, but on the other pose even more questions that must be answered.
Time to draw another weird penis.
Well-made lighter, the insignia of a military regiment. The major must have dropped it. Can I pick it up? No.
Nope. Don't touch the evidence, just look at it as it gets buried in the snow, never to be seen again.
Not allowing me to draw.
There we go.
Beautiful. Faint footprints.
Fantastic.
Small trail of footprints in the snow. The major was seen walking around here yesterday. Okay, and now we're not going to disturb our pretty picture. There we go.
Do not circumcise the drawing.
We didn't even put on boots. Like, we're
I do
fucked.
like that he has the stomping animation. He's going through the deep snow. They thought
he's
that
doing
far
the
ahead.
dead space. He's doing the dead space.
Oh.
It had almost disappeared in the snow. I doubt we'll see too many birds in these conditions. Oh, bird feeder. Okay. And this is where I just leave them all to their fate.
Yep. And so Poirot walked out into the snow like a penguin that had lost his mind.
Exit is impossible. House is completely snowed in. Does not look like we shall be going anywhere anytime soon. Snow is still falling. I am hardly dressed for the occasion. Madame Van den Bosch has finished her breakfast and is ready to answer my questions. No! You bitch, I wasn't done. I wasn't done.
But now his pants are all wet from the snow. He had to go inside. It was getting chilly.
But the other side of the garden.
Nothing there.
God damn it.
Exit is impossible.
Exit is impossible. Okay. I have 2 connections to make here. Angeline believes the Major disputes the Major being the blackmailer. Knows the Major well.
What a revelation.
Okay.
Okay. Attached to the Major. Why? God knows. Archibald asked Margot to inspect the body.
She's not on the map.
She's not on the map. Zachariah was shocked by the Major's corpse.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Heard of men returning physically from the war, but their minds remain on the battlefield. May have shell shock. Talk to Gideon about it. Don't talk to Zachariah about it. Talk to Gideon about it. Okay, dude.
Gideon did mention a doctor, so he will know some things.
Yeah.
Even though he's, not doing very well with helping his brother with anything.
Defensive strike. Okay, and this is all the motives. Got it. There's no connections here. It was just the only new thing.
Secret.
Can't go to the salon. I can go to the dining room.
Ooh. Oh, that's right, breakfast.
I must speak with Madame Van den Bosch. I should also take this opportunity to talk to Mademoiselle Rehenna in the kitchen.
We must also take this opportunity to enjoy a Belgian waffle.
Hey, bitch.
Bonjour, madame. May I offer my condolences for your loss?
You may not.
Thank you, detective, but they are not necessary. What can I do for you?
I was hoping you would be prepared to answer some questions.
If I must.
Your friend died. Huh? Why would someone want to kill the Major?
I'm sure you're aware he was not the easiest man to get along with. His hot temper made him a number of foes.
Yeah.
A hot temper is reason enough to kill a man.
His mouth often acted before his brain. Perhaps someone had grown tired of dealing with it.
I know I did.
Everyone did. You suggested someone might kill him, but who do you believe would do it?
Seeing as I heard Mr. Becker's in what I would describe as an unnecessarily loud exchange of words yesterday, he would be my first suspect.
You heard them yourself.
How could I not? The volume they were shouting at, I could hear them from the study in my room.
Huh.
You did not think it fitting to tell me this yesterday?
I didn't think Felix was going to wind up dead and a murderer loose in my house. My apologies, detective.
Although I must learn more of this argument, it is not Madame that I expect the answers to come from. Monsieur Becker's, he has a great deal of explaining to do.
Who was Becker's again?
A strike guy.
Ah.
A letter was found in the
Pufferfish.
Major's... Yeah, pufferfish. It was found in the Major's study.
I assume you are talking about the supposed blackmail letter.
Oui, madame. You know of it?
It arrived shortly after the first. Rather coincidental, if you ask me.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say, madame.
He no doubt had secrets hidden away. But do you honestly think Felix had anything of value to his name worth threatening him for?
That's wild.
Damn. Just
perhaps you
damn.
should enlighten me.
Well, he was here, living in my house, eating my food, prepared by my staff. Does that answer your question, detective?
She's not wrong.
She's not mincing anything on this one.
She's also not wrong.
I know. This is the first time I like her.
I wonder why she didn't kick him out.
His snow drawings were too good.
Yeah. She couldn't have possibly thought he was a good match for her daughter either, considering her opinion of him. Why was he here?
I think she and him were doing a thing. They were drawing snow pictures, if you know what I mean. That's the only thing I can think of.
It is the only thing I can think of too, but I also doubt that. Do you think the Major came... How do you think the Major came to have the letter?
I wouldn't put it past him to have written it himself, in the hopes of getting some sympathy from me.
And the other letters?
He probably wrote those too. If Angeline paid the first, that would have given him the money to pay the second letter. He is the White Knight, saves the day, and expects to live here happily ever after.
That's a theory.
Very convoluted.
That's a game theory. Did not expect Madame Van Den Bosch to be so blunt with her thoughts towards the Major. I was under the impression there was more to their friendship, not less. Yeah. It's quite the nefarious plan that Madame has laid out for the Major. I'm not sure I can believe he would go to such levels of deceit. I don't think he's capable of that.
He's not smart enough.
Yeah, no.
Definitely not smart enough.
Mademoiselle Angeline would have an opinion on the matter. I'd like to ask you about Monsieur de Silva. Is it a food theory? God, I wish. I know I just ate before this broadcast, but I'm hungry.
What is it you wish to know?
You two have been friends for some time now. And while I do not mean to pry, has your relationship only...
If you are trying to insinuate that Mr. De Silva and I are running around like schoolchildren,
yes,
you could not be further from the truth. He was friends with my husband, for goodness sake.
Right.
Oui,
and
I understand they worked together. Investments, if I am correct.
Mr. De Silva was the voice of reason that my husband should have listened to more often, instead of throwing our money at businesses that were already on the verge of bankruptcy.
Okay.
Interesting.
Merci, madame. I shall not bother you any further.
Today. At least in the next hour.
We'll bother her in like 5 minutes and you know it.
Yep. Okay.
The next person we talk to will say something and it'll be like, talk to the madame again.
This bust.
Huh.
Madame Van Den Bosch's collection of art extends further than just paintings. Yeah, no shit. Window. Fallen snow has laid a beautiful white blanket. We know that already. Thank you.
We drew a dick in it.
We did. Another bust. Do you think it's the same dialogue or a different dialogue?
My money is on the same. Let's check.
What the fuck is this bust? Oh my god. No, I don't want to quit. Sorry, I right-clicked to try and move the camera like a dumbass. What the fuck is this bust? Like, it looks like the wig is swallowing the head alive.
I mean, you know, all artists need to start somewhere.
Oh.
It is the same.
It is the same. I called it.
You can't go to the salon. Sorry, I thought that's where we were going to talk to the girl.
Nope. She's probably in, kitchen?
There's the kitchen.
Oh, hey, kitchen.
I thought the other door was the kitchen.
So did I, but then it wasn't.
It wasn't. Okay. Anything new? Flirt with the girl? Which girl?
Who are we flirting with? Not the madame. We don't
I think
like
I'd rather die than flirt with that woman.
I would rather do things with a jellyfish. One of the poisonous ones, like a man of war. I will stick one of those down my pants before I flirt with her.
The cook has obviously used them for quite some time, judging by their condition. Okay.
Bonjour, madame. You must be the wonderful cook.
She looks friendly.
Wonderful and modest, sir.
Her portrait is actually very
Rihanna.
friendly.
Yeah.
Her character model just looks pissed.
Yep.
The lady in the kitchen, she might give you something sweet. I mean, if she gives me those keys on her belt.
I mean, I'll take a cookie too.
Thank you for the ravishing
Keys
meal
and a
last
cookie.
night.
Keys and a
It has
cookie.
been some time since I ate so well.
Poirot, you flatterer.
S'il te plaît, madame. A detective is fine.
In that case, mademoiselle is fine for me, and I will ignore your presumption of marriage.
Oh my god, I just noticed.
What?
Look at the size of her hands.
They're tiny.
Look at her tiny little hands.
Got baby hands.
Look at the tiny little hands. Why? Why does every character have something wrong in either the model or the portrait?
This game won a BAFTA.
This game won a BAFTA. Why does she have little baby hands?
That's how you get a BAFTA.
Mademoiselle.
You have been with the Vanden Bosch family for quite some time?
That's right. I've seen staff come and go, but a house always needs a trustworthy cook.
And I can do the finest dice in the land.
I agree. But
Slices,
if I was to eat
dices,
what you
julienne
prepare
fries.
every day, I fear I may be the size of La Maison.
Not a bad thing, detective. You could do with some meat on your bones.
Well, with the snow still not
She
clearing,
just called Poirot a skinny
stuck
bitch.
here for the weekend.
She did.
Perhaps I should look to
Look at the
adjust
size
my
of his
pantalon
arms. I
buttons.
don't disagree.
Fair.
Like I said, every character model has something wrong, either with the model itself or the portrait.
I did not notice his arms until now. Those are T-Rex arms.
These are tiny
To
little
go with her
twig
tiny
arms.
baby hands.
Tiny
What
little
the
twig
heck is
arms.
going on here?
God.
Scarecrow arms. Oh, God.
I understand you took some ice to the Major yesterday. Was it poisoned?
I did.
Was it an ice knife?
Monsieur Archie told me what had
Was it
happened.
very sharp?
Bruises can swell fast, so I took him some ice to bring it down.
Strange. Mr. Sterling told me it was the Major that requested the ice.
How was the Major when you saw him?
Grumpy, as always.
I suppose
Sounds
one
about right.
would not take kindly to being punched as he was.
I don't think anybody would.
Punched or not, he was as ungrateful as ever.
Good to
I shall
hear.
not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
Put your little baby hands away. They scare me.
Tiny little baby hands. They do very good cooking.
Gathered all I needed to from Madame Vanden Bosch and Mademoiselle Rihanna. I should return to the Great Hall. Oh, good. It's not teleporting me there. I have to walk. Not seem to be anything of interest in the cupboard. Great. I have to slow walk Pepe hands.
No!
Great chef, easily not the best person to strangle you.
It's true. She's not
Stop,
strangling
stop.
anyone with those hands.
True.
Clearly, she couldn't have done it.
Dun, 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 dun. Why does her dress not have a back?
Huh? Wait, what?
Look at her dress. It doesn't have a back to it.
Oh.
Like, you can see past her leg into the nothing that is just the floor.
It's like a, it's a mullet dress.
Have her do a twirl? I can't. I wish I could, but I can't.
You know the saying for a mullet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mullet dress.
Yeah, except when she walks, like when she walked in from the back like that, we saw that she did have actually a full back to her dress.
Oh.
It's just not there right now.
She decided not to wear the back of it today. It's a two-piece. It's a two-piece dress, a front and a back.
Whatever you need.
Your assistant.
Who did we say? Oh, right, we should do this. We have a connection to make. Rihanna took the ice of her own accord. Who told us that he requested ice? Who told us he requested ice?
I don't know.
Someone said he requested ice.
The other question is it even on this map?
No, they're not. I don't think they are. Asked Margot to inspect the body. No, it's not that, but I was like, oh, just in case. Worked with the family for years. But he didn't thank her.
Order and method.
Major didn't have much to his name. Oh. This?
Things are beginning to...
Talk to Angeline. Oh, thank God. It's not talking to her mother again. Excuse me. Did you know that you forgot to wear the back of your dress?
Is there something I can help you with, detective?
Your maman did not describe her friendship with the Major in such a positive light.
You have got the wrong end of the stick, detective. Maman has snapped at him recently, but it was nothing more than that. It was something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman shouted and he stormed out of the room past me.
Could
probably
it have
accused
been
him
the
to his
blackmail
face.
letter that instigated their
Probably.
argument?
Why would Maman be upset with him over the letter?
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letters. She believes him to be the author.
That is what she told you? She has always been one to make a quick, if not rash decision, but she cannot truly believe that.
Was the Major aware you had paid the first blackmail letter?
I don't recall telling him directly. I did not want Maman to find out it had been paid. If he knew, surely she would.
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay the second and be the hero in you and your mother's eyes.
I never knew Maman had such an imagination. Where would she get a story like that from?
That is a question I was hoping you may be able to answer.
You have met him. Do you really think he's capable of such a devious plan?
Unless she's behind the letters. For absolutely no fucking reason.
Only the most crooked and underhanded could create. Is that the Major? I am not so sure.
The more I think on Madame's story, the more ridiculous and obscure it sounds, but that does not mean it could be ruled out. She probably got the idea from her friend that can't keep her mouth shut.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I just can't think of the Major as being smart enough for something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think, what's her face here, Margot, probably heard about the letter from the mother and was like, I bet it was that asshole. And she cooked up a story because she got upsetty. And now that's what the mom believes.
Easily manipulated rich people.
S'il vous plaît.
Okay. Who am I supposed to talk to? Talk to Gideon. Okay. Also, I have a connection now. Angeline questions Cassandra's reasoning for the Major's blackmail.
Is there something I...
Okay. Cassandra wasn't happy with the Major.
Major had a temper? No.
Gideon paid it off.
Maybe that goes with Cassandra wasn't happy with the Major because she thinks that he wrote it.
Some would say a lucky guess.
Wonder if the blackmail had a greater effect on their relationship than expected. Talk to Angeline again. Excuse me, I actually have one more question.
One more thing.
It's me.
It's Columbo this.
I'm back.
Is there something I can help you with, Detective?
Was the arrival of the blackmail letter what caused the tension in Madame and the Major's relationship?
I'm afraid it had been that way for some time. Maman is not forthcoming with her emotions.
She's pretty forthcoming with them.
You are aware. But I could tell she had not been happy with their arrangement for the last few months.
Excuse me, sir, but one more thing. You ever hear of those shinigamis?
There was not one particular thing that she expressed. It was just the way she spoke to him and of him when he wasn't present.
Okay.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
Did she hit on the detective? No.
The fireplace lady, she hits on us. I forget her name already.
Margot? Yeah, Margot hits on us.
Margot enjoys a bit of attention from a mustachioed gentleman like ourselves.
There we go. Talk to Gideon, and that's the only thing. But now we have another... No, we don't have a new connection. It's just a new thing. Okay. Excuse me. That's Archibald. Is that Gideon? That's Gideon. Hello. I keep thinking that Archibald is Gideon because Archibald looks like Mandy Patinkin, who played Gideon.
Ah.
No, he didn't play Gideon. His name wasn't Gideon. Gideon was the other guy, but there's still a Gideon involved. I think. Hold on. Now I have to look this up.
Wait, what? What?
Hold on. I have to look this up. Hold on.
What?
I'm looking it up.
What? What are we even talking about?
No, he did play Jason Gideon in Criminal Minds.
Oh, Criminal Minds was, I didn't know the character's name of the show. Oh, okay.
So that's why every time they're like, talk to Gideon, I'm like, go talk to this guy? No. Stop it.
Got it.
Your brother was seeing a doctor?
When he returned from the war, he was a different man. Everything became about what he had seen.
I cannot speak from experience, but I can only imagine the horrors he must have witnessed.
The first weeks he would wake in the night, screaming. I found him one night, cowering behind the desk in the study. And when I tried to help him out from beneath it, well, it was the first time I had ever feared for my life.
Oh.
Ah.
That is not why you two are no longer close?
Not at all, Detective. We were always very different in nature. While I had always wanted
to he has severe PTSD.
Zachariah was
more
of
he was in the
free
war.
Spirit, or at least as free as our father and the laws would allow.
And yet, he ended up in the military. Quite the contrast.
Our father demanded that he at least try to do something with his life. And when some of his friends joined the army, he signed up with them. It wasn't long before he moved out from the family home after his return from the army. I always assumed that he had put the war and everything that came with it behind him and was moving on. But now I see that is far from the truth.
Yeah. Monsieur Sterling will be able to assist me in gaining access to the Major's study. Okay. Talk to Archibald. No connections. Got it. I always have to see if there's connections whenever there's a little exclamation point.
Just in case.
I did get an achievement, I think. Are achievements popping up on stream now? Because I thought I had it to not capture Steam. Like the Steam
Whatever you need,
they have been, yeah.
Wild. I'll have to fix that. I don't want to accidentally shift tab during a stream. I wish to inspect the Major's study again.
Certainly, Detective.
Like, just in case. This room is still a crime scene. It should have remained untouched, but it looks as though it has been ransacked. Oh boy. They aren't affecting the game? Yeah, no, I don't really care about the achievements showing up on stream at all, but because they are showing up on stream, that means that OBS is capturing the Steam overlay when it comes up. Because that's what the achievements are on. And like, if I have DMs or anything open, and I shift tab, they'll show up.
Just a sign that something else could show up, so you just gotta be careful
so
about
I'll
it
fix
for
it
now.
later.
Yeah.
I requested Monsieur Sterling to have the body wrapped and moved, which has been done, thankfully. What else has gone on in here? Lots of things. Someone closed the window.
What monsters?
Wait. I can't investigate that. I guess I already did. There's no fireplace poke. No, there are 2 fireplace tools, but the poker's not here. Safe's open. How strange. I could not access this yesterday, but now it has been left wide open. Scratches are obvious around the lock. Someone in this house was eager to see the safe's contents.
Ooh.
A half-sealed letter addressed to Madame Vanden Bosch from the Major. I'm not one to read others' private mail, but under the circumstances. My dearest Cassandra, feels as though it has been an age since I've been able to set my eyes on you. A day I have waited for so impatiently. I keep the photograph of us together at the lake close to my heart, always. I cannot wait to see how young Angeline has grown. Her beauty will surely soon reach that of her mother's. I hope the gifts from the Orient reached you fine, but they are really something to behold. The work that has kept me away for so long is drawn to a close, and I will be returning to the continent within the month. At your request, I have found accommodation in the city. It pains me to think of being so close and yet unable to be with you every moment, but if it eases your worry, I shall not continue to question it. I will arrange for a visit to the house. An old friend returning will surely raise minimal suspicions. I understand that the Viscount is currently out of the country. I hope you have not felt the strain of loneliness take over, and it will not be long until we are reunited. Until that day, until the end of mine, my heart is yours, Major Felix Hagen. It's a very old letter.
Yeah.
Seems there's a great deal of Madame Vanden Bosch and the Major's relationship that he has withheld, and now he's after her daughter? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. It is clear from this letter that their affection for one another has been more than that of friendship for some time. The mention of young Angeline suggests this may go back as far as 20 years. That's fucked up.
Is he not actually going after the daughter?
I think he is, considering he was really upset that she was getting married to some guy.
No. Think of who else might be upset about a girl going off to marry some guy.
Oh
Like maybe he's not going after the daughter. Maybe she is his daughter.
Oh.
He's not trying to protect her because he wants her hand in marriage. He's trying to protect her because he's dead with a shotgun.
So those are the two options, and they're both kind of fucked up.
Yes. I think the madam had an affair with him, and daughter is the daughter out of that.
So maybe, hear me out. Gideon.
Yeah.
Found out about the Major being protective.
Oh.
Wants him dead because he thinks he's threatening his wife to be whatever. Coerces some of the guests, probably including his brother, to do it. Doesn't realize that he's being protective because he's her dad. Hilarity ensues.
just a comedy of errors.
And that's why he lives in the house.
Yeah.
Nobody wants him here, but she's like, I can't kick him out.
Yeah.
Like, morally.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this solves a lot of problems.
It does.
Huh.
Someone was obviously looking for something in particular in the Major's documents. These accounts have been thoroughly rifled through. That would be why the safe has been fucking rummaged through.
Yep.
Last night when she was like, leave me alone, blah, 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 it's not because she wanted to be sealed up in her rooms, because while we were interrogating everybody downstairs, she was going through his safe.
Uh-huh. It's all coming together.
Major has recently taken out a large loan, and the interest rate is astronomical. Just to the Major with no return address. But she made sure that we saw that loan, huh?
Oh.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. I must admit, side by side, there's a striking resemblance between Merrifield. Perhaps such flattery is the way to win over the Madame Van den Bosch. Holy shit.
Ah, yes.
Papa has been torn out of the photograph.
The stank face. It is genetic.
I wonder why he would keep a photo of just the two of them and cut out the father figure. How strange. The Viscount was also present in the picture but has been folded out. No, that's not folding. That's ripping. That's a tear.
I mean, you fold it before you tear it.
Nobody folded that. Nobody folded that. It was not a clean tear.
I know.
I did not think there was any hostility between the Major and the late Viscount.
He's married to the woman that he loves and is acting as father to his daughter, so he's not happy about...
He's a little upset. Yeah. He's just a little bit upset.
Little spaghetti.
Got two links here. Loan. High interest rate. Large sum. Sealed letter.
Does the loan and high interest rate just go together? I feel like those are things that might just go together.
This will not get me
any. Oh, okay, never mind.
Although ransom value. High interest rate.
Come, my little gray cells.
No.
Or large sum. It might go with large sum instead.
Another success.
Paid the letter that was addressed to him. He must have been worried enough that something would be released to the public, so he didn't even pay his loan with that has a high interest rate. He prioritized that.
Man, predatory lending. Good God.
Tale as old as time.
Banker and the
I must take a different approach.
Unsent. Oh, he didn't even send it.
Ah.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Well, she knows about it now if she's the one that went ransacking.
Yeah, but why would she leave it there? No, it was sealed. We opened it. So she didn't read it.
Oh, she didn't? Yeah, so she doesn't know.
She doesn't know. Viscount's image was torn out.
Well, she doesn't know about the letter. She knows, she would know about the everything. Because
how do we, what's the connection that says, oh, he's her dad? Attached to the major.
Magnifique.
In photos, you care deeply for them.
Come, my little Graces. I must act on thought and...
On scent, maybe?
I cannot see the logic in this.
It's gonna tell us. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it was this one. They're all the same thing.
Yeah.
Another success.
Believe the major would do everything to remain in the comfortable life he's accustomed to, but he stoops so low as to fake a blackmail letter. No. So the blackmailer knows that he's the father, and therefore she's not actually the Viscount's child and shouldn't have any of his money.
Scandal.
Yeah. Major
just insert a Kronk meme here. Oh yeah,
no,
it's all coming together.
I should not be surprised by my...
Not the author of the blackmail letter. Is a victim. Major's innocent of this crime, but he's still an asshole.
And probably committed some war crimes.
Yep. Definitely committed some war crimes.
Mm-hmm. From what we've heard from other people, he's done some terrible, terrible things during the war.
But that would be why he stepped in during the first investigation. He didn't want to put his daughter in jail.
Oh.
It'd be like that sometimes, you know?
Oh, it do.
Uncertain connection between the major and the ransom has been resolved. Major is being blackmailed, letters not written by his hand. And it's unresolved is why the major is being blackmailed. Murderer and their weapon to find. Should take my leave.
Detective Poirot, I have been asked to inform you that Lady Vanden Bosch has returned to her room, and she wishes not to be disturbed.
She doesn't want to be interrogated about who's the father. I will do it through the door. I'll yell.
Merci. Madame certainly has mastered the art of subtlety.
They may not be the exact words she used, but I'm sure you can imagine. Excuse me. I have some further duties to attend to in the pantry.
Okay. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to search the top floor when there's no one to disturb me. One room of particular interest, I should inspect the storage room. Which one was the storage room?
God, if I know.
Hey!
I just want to go have that experience of yelling through the door at her.
Just pounding on the door with your questions.
Excuse me, who amongst the party at this party have you done the horizontal tango with?
10 minutes later, you hear the faint sound of her crawling out the window.
And then she'll die in the snow, and some of our problems will be solved.
No, I didn't want to go back out. God.
That'll teach you to walk in a direction.
No, I thought that this was like, oh, there's something with this tablecloth. It's...
Nope.
Did you want to leave the room?
Did you want to go?
Children's toys. Collection of children's toys. Such a shame to see them stored away and not being enjoyed. By who? There's no kids in this house. Considering they have been kept in the storage room, they are almost perfect condition. Immediate assumption would be they belong to Mademoiselle Angeline. Yes. Painting storage. Cupboard storage. Grandfather clock storage. Time and scale the time and scale it takes to build such a wonderful piece. It is an art form. Good insight.
Poirot.
Thank you.
Poirot loves the clock.
A book. A lone storybook rests here. It has obviously been read a great number of times, judging by the condition of the spine and pages. I am perhaps not the target demographic, but I understand it to be quite popular amongst the younger audience.
He found Twilight.
To the real lady of the house, happy birthday. Watching you grow to a proper young lady has been more than words can describe. All my love, Felix. Would not have expected to find such a heartfelt message written by Monsieur Hagen. Mademoiselle Angeline, is this the usual inscription you would find from a family friend? No, it's her dad.
Family friend's your dad.
Yep. New mind map unlocked. It all connects. I cannot seem to get a straight answer from anyone regarding the Major. I know he has been friends with Madame Van den Bosch for some years, but I must find out if it was anything more. You've already found out, though.
We've discovered, we know the truth. It was a stuppening. We get it. We know.
I must take a different approach.
Oh my god.
Poirot, put 2 and 2 together.
High interest rate. God, there's one connection somewhere in here. Viscount's image has been torn out.
Is there something I am not...
You bitch. You bitch. Well kept. Antiques. No, it'll be with the book. No. Appropriate gift.
Order and method.
I swear to God. Oh, it's high interest rate. And he resided with the family for a long time.
What? Why? What?
Some would say a lucky guess.
What?
I would say a moment
I'm sorry,
of genius.
that was the connection here. Has lived rather comfortably in the Van den Bosch house for many years. Enjoying his hard-earned cash for his high interest rate loan. I think. I don't know.
We're trying to...
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
This does not prove that anyone did the doings of the diddle.
The Major depends on Cassandra's accommodation. Talk to Angeline about it. Have you ever questioned your mom on if your dad is your real dad?
Nah. Faces are too similar. It's the nose.
Telescope. How are you gazing at the stars right now? They forgot to fix that. Collection of books? Painting, another painting. Angeline Gideon's bedroom.
They're sharing a bedroom and yet they are not yet married. Scandal.
Hi, ma'am. I know you told me to fuck off earlier. I'm gonna go through your stuff now. Top 10 reminds you of Disco Elysium. I mean, it's a fairly common RPG thing. Does not seem to be anything of interesting. Yeah, that's what the word I was looking for. I couldn't remember the word. Perfume bottles. You ever have a stand just for your perfume, but one of your perfumes is not on this stand, even though it's identical to that one? It's on your dresser.
That's how you can tell them apart.
You ever put your spare perfume right beside your regular bottle of perfume?
No, only a monster would do that. You keep your regular bottle of perfume at your dresser, and then you have your spares on the little perfume stand.
Oh my god, I thought it was gonna be different. Fire. A roaring fire.
Could stare at the flames all day.
Detective Poirot, what do you think you are doing in here?
Investigating.
I have something I wish to discuss.
Investigating a crime and a stuppening.
Well, I hope it is important enough to justify barging into one's bedroom.
Who's Cassandra's dad? Or sorry, who's Angeline's dad?
I assure you it is.
Good, because this has gone on far too long.
It has to deal with some other bedroom antics.
Runs amok.
I can understand your frustrations, but it is not as simple.
You were once an incompetent officer, and now it seems you are just as incompetent as a detective.
Lady, I will tell the world your secret myself.
If I was not being lied to and misled at every turn, perhaps the murderer would already be in custody.
I hope you are not suggesting I had something to do with Felix's murder.
No, but you wish you had, huh? You didn't have the balls to kick him out of your house.
Damn! I am suggesting that if I had the support that everyone claims they are offering, we would be in a very different situation.
If you have something you want to ask, I suggest you ask me now.
First, let's hit her with the I was not aware the Major had been so close to your daughter.
We met before Angeline was born, so he was often at the house when she was growing up.
Yes. You met before she was born.
I was attending an event. Felix was also in attendance as a serving officer. A conversation was struck.
One thing led to another.
So, it was not through the Viscount that you two met?
I did not require my husband to start conversations on my behalf.
Good.
It was you that instigated it then?
My, detective. That active imagination of yours has taken you on quite some journey.
Madame is attempting to deflect from a subject she obviously does not feel comfortable discussing.
Tough shit, lady.
The
we're
later
going in.
Viscount and the Major were surely friends then.
Edwin spent much of his time away on business before Angeline was born.
And
Felix
I was very
a
lonely.
Welcome distraction from the loneliness of the house.
You were alone in the house?
The staff continued their duties, of course, but trying to get any sort of sophisticated or cultured conversation from them was like drawing blood from a stone.
Don't be a bitch.
And when Angeline was born?
Edwin remained at home. It was his duty as a father.
And the Major?
He had his own business and life to tend to, but we remained in touch via letter. Around the time of Edwin's passing, Felix had relocated to the area.
Before or after, because that's important.
Ooh.
Madame is incredibly coy and brief with the information she offers, but with the Viscount's death coinciding with the Major's return, surely a mere coincidence is too far-fetched. So I found something.
I'm sure he has hundreds of letters in there. Most of them could and should have been thrown away a long time ago. You are going to have to be more specific.
I refer to the letter addressed to you, the one of a romantic nature.
Romantic nature? Oh, please, detective. Felix did not have a romantic bone in his body.
There was a bone, but it was not romantic by any means.
I was gonna make a bone joke, but then I was like, nah.
Thank you for leaving the door open for me to take it.
I must admit, I myself was surprised.
You really do have quite the active imagination, detective. If that is how you wish to interpret it, so be it. But I
This is how you know.
The Major did not think of me that way, and certainly did not include it in a letter.
Anytime a rich person, any sophisticated person, anytime any single one of them goes, you have quite the active imagination, you hit the fucking nail on the head. Anytime.
That is all for now.
Yeah. They don't know how else to deflect. They're like, haha, so funny.
You're so imaginative to figure out exactly what happened.
It's so far-fetched. No. No, he's not. Hey, Angeline, boy, do I have quite the scoop for you.
The worst part is reality. It happens in reality, too. People go, oh, you're so imaginative. Like, we fucking got you. What are you talking about?
Yep. She'll be able to give us the valuable piece of the puzzle. Oh, I see she found the back of her dress. No, never mind. It's gone again. It was there for a brief second. Hi.
Detective
Schrodinger's dress.
Are you any closer to uncovering the truth of Felix's involvement with the letters?
Boy, do we have some information for you.
Yep. Oh, boy, do I know the exact reason you're being blackmailed.
I am, mademoiselle. I can confirm that he was not the author of the blackmail letters.
So the author is still out there?
Oui, but it will not be long before they are apprehended, and the only letters they shall be penning will be from behind iron bars.
So, question. How likely is it that her fiance's brother is the one writing the letters in an effort to shame them away from marrying his brother and taking the family's money?
It's possible, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm still banking on girl from beginning of the game.
Yeah, I really hope it is. I really hope she just like dug deep and found out and is just fucking with them.
Like, brother is a possibility, but like even amongst the people that are here, I put him kind of low in the ranking for it. I could be entirely wrong, but I don't feel it from him.
Mm-hmm.
He's too broken in PTSD about everything. I don't think he's gonna go that deep into a master plot.
Okay. So we have 4 things to ask her about. Your comments about the current guest stayed with me last night.
I'm sorry, Detective. I did not intend to leave your mind so full of thoughts.
No apology is required. It actually made me question my whole chain of thinking. What if there had been a collusion between them, and the Major's murder was planned, organized, and orchestrated to make the investigation seem almost impossible?
Oh my, Detective, that is quite a theory.
You have quite an active imagination.
It's just a theory.
You confirmed that with the mention of Mademoiselle Conrad and the Major's fight. Supplying one another with a rock-solid alibi would surely throw off any detective.
But not you.
Correct, Mademoiselle. It would take much more to stamp Detective Poirot.
Okay, while searching the storage room, I found a book that I assume was a gift from the Major to you.
I haven't seen that book in so long. Yes, it was a gift for my 10th birthday. I have read it from cover to cover countless times. He left such a lovely inscription, too.
It sounds as though there is a side to the Major I did not get to see. Was it common for him to bring you gifts?
Not common, but if he had been away for some time, he would bring me a small memento from his travels. He hasn't done that in some time, though.
Okay. The toys that were with the book, were they also gifts from the Major?
They were. I'm afraid they may have gathered some dust being in the storage room for so long. I kept them in hope of giving them to my child when the time comes.
It sounds as though he had always cared about you.
His presence at the house was comforting for us both after Father died, even if sometimes he was a little too overprotective.
You spoke last night of the Major's support of your mama.
That's right. Ever since I can remember, Felix has been around.
It seems as though she has a number of support networks. The Major, her friendship with the Countess, not forgetting Monsieur da Silva.
Maman has many friends. I know how she may seem to most, but once you break the hard shell...
There is a further shell waiting to be broken?
Oh, very
zing,
good.
Poirot.
Forgive me, mademoiselle. I only jest.
It's
no,
quite
you're
all
right.
You're not the only one that feels a razor tongue. She's grateful you are here, especially now, whether she shows it or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with she doesn't. I'm still yet to see this version of Madame that Mademoiselle Angeline speaks of. I'm not sure I'll get my hopes up for a budding friendship. Speaking with the Comtesse yesterday, she did not have the greatest opinion of the Major.
They have often come to blows when it concerns Maman. They are both trying to protect her, but they themselves cannot seem to get along.
She spoke of his desire to join the, how do you describe it? Social elite.
This isn't the first time she has vocalized that concern. She thinks the Major was just using our family name to make his way to the top.
And you do not agree?
I will not deny he has shown interest in Maman's social circles, but they have been friends since even before I was born. Surely all those years of friendship was not just to raise his social standing.
That's true, especially since, he was willing to leave while the actual father was around.
Yeah. If I may be so bold, did the Major contribute to the house?
How do you mean, detective?
Or not actual father, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I imagine a house of this size is rather costly, keeping it in the immaculate condition it is in.
Maman looks after the financial side of the house, but I think she has had to ask him more than once for a contribution of sorts. It is not for me to get involved.
Right.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I have everything that is needed to push Madame Van den Bosch on her secret. Do I? Okay, I'm going back up. Bump, bump.
Is there anything to connect in the thing before doing that, or?
I'll figure it out when I go through this loading screen. There might be, yeah. 2.
Secrets.
Madame kept the Major around. Previous birthday gift.
Is there something I am not seeing?
Major returned after the Viscount's death.
Order and method.
No, that doesn't go together. Cool. Met the Major before Angeline's birth.
I must take a different approach.
Okay, what is it? Claimed he didn't love her, Angeline and Cassandra.
Things are beginning
Okay. Talk to Cassandra. Got it. And one more.
Major returned. Which goes to... Oh, Major returned with Major confessed.
This?
Yeah.
Come, my little gray fans.
Well.
After the Viscount's death.
The pieces
Previous
of
birthday
the
gift. Major stepped up to act as a fatherly figure. Yep. I'm gonna stand uncomfortably close as I ask this question.
Good.
Is this really
it pushed
necessary?
me away. Oh, earlier. This reminds, just being pushed back for the cutscene reminds me earlier today when I was playing Darksiders 3. I walked up to the church in that game, and it triggered a cutscene. And there was me and the Watcher and the character I was having a cutscene with that was like pre-rendered into the cutscene. And then right beside me yelling at this character was my character model from in the game in the position, just standing blankly in the spot where I had triggered the cutscene.
Oh god. So you were in the cutscene twice.
Yeah.
Perfect. That game's not broken at all.
Good game. Okay. Is this really necessary? If you're correct and the Major has no romantic feeling towards you, why would he keep a photograph of you and Mademoiselle Angeline hidden?
He may have stayed in my home, but Felix was a grown man, Detective. What he kept, hidden or otherwise, has nothing to do with me.
But it does not surprise you that he had such a photograph?
We have been friends, and he has been there for Angeline for many years, but you find it strange that he keeps a reminder of us? Perhaps that says more about you, Detective.
What I do find strange is that if he did hold a flame for you, why he would never express it.
If he did, it was not reciprocated. I have not even considered another since my husband's passing. Not that it is any of your business.
I think that is all
okay, so you just, kept him around for,
Yeah.
for no reason.
For no reason, even though you said he's a bum that lives in your house and eats your food.
Yeah. You could have easily just kicked him out if that were the case. But who am I to judge?
1. What's new? No romantic feelings towards the Major. But he hasn't helped the house financially.
What a revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Excuse me, I thought I turned around and had to think about it, but I'm back now.
One more thing. You're just Columboing it. It's fine.
I am Columboing it. Push on why Cassandra has housed the Major for so long. This is going to be a battle.
Yep.
Who I allow in my house is none of your business. I do not have to explain anything to you.
I did not think you were one for charity.
I would not expect you to think much of anything. There is no need to talk on it any further, but I'm sure you will remember that, financially speaking, we have had our issues.
I have all the evidence I need to confront Madame Van den Bosch. It is my approach to the questions that I must consider. She will no doubt be defensive when pushed, but that may be the only way, as she will not give up any information she does not want to easily. Her face in anger is hilarious. Yes.
I may just be a simple detective, madam, but there's just one thing that's just gnawing at my mind.
Yeah, so, no doubt be defensive when pushed, but that may be the only way, so we have to be forceful. Is how I'm reading that. Because if we're timid, it's not going to go well. If we're timid, she's just going to jump on it.
That makes sense.
Why is it you protect the name of Monsieur Hagen so resolutely?
He was a man that required no protection, detective. Especially from me.
That is the impression.
Her face in anger is hilarious. Yeah, she's got pure stank face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your insistent questioning on such trivial matters are getting on my last nerve. There is a murderer and a blackmailer to be found. That is your job here.
Judging by the Major's words in the letter, no. His declarations of love meant nothing to you then.
Oh, yes.
Continued probing into
oh, that was not wrong.
That wasn't the right one. Oh,
it's becoming quite tiresome. There is nothing I can tell you that will magically present what you are looking for, detective. I have grown weary of this conversation, Poirot.
What?
There's nothing more to say.
Oh.
Direct or forceful?
I would say, oh god, I want to say direct because
forceful last time didn't work.
Yeah, because it's basically just saying the same thing again, and so she's basically just like, you're just saying this over and over, doesn't make it true.
There's nothing about your relationship that you are obviously refusing to. There is something about your relationship that you are obviously refusing to elaborate on. The love letters, the housing.
I have explained
Damn
this
it.
to you already. You really are trying my patience.
Madame, you continue to withhold the truth.
And you continue to guess.
Oh no, what happens if we fail?
I am not obliged to tell you every detail of my
I pull the Ethernet cord. And we try again.
Mom, pull the cord!
Mom, pull the cord!
But when it impedes my investigation.
Believe what you wish. You
no!
have no idea what you're talking about.
But we do!
I can Alt F4 it if you want me to.
No, I mean, there's got to be a way to continue the game even if you fail this. Maybe we just do the dialogue again, or maybe there's a workaround or something.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to perfect this or not.
To do with your investigation. I don't know how else it can be said. Keep your nose out of my business.
I don't know if I want to retry this or not. I don't know if I can. I hate it.
It depends also on like where it saves and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It pains me so much to continue it.
The game might just be like retry for all we know.
Oh, it is just retry.
The game just goes retry.
Yeah,
cool.
I did not.
Oh, sick. Okay. So, forceful was the first one.
Yes.
He was a man that...
That is the impression.
Meanwhile, I was like, I'm ready to pull the cord.
Which is why your defensive stance.
Good thing we don't have to.
Your insistent questioning on such...
Yes. Judging by the Major's words in the letter, it was not the only one he sent declaring his love.
How many times do I have to tell you? There was no romantic feelings between us.
Just pure lust.
It's probably just like an achievement to get it all right on the first try.
True.
I have grown weary of this conversation, Poirot.
So it's direct this time. No. Direct did not work. It's forceful. Because we did this and it was wrong.
Yes.
Your continued reluctance to answer my questions and defensive nature suggests that there's a shared love between you.
She has nothing to say.
She just went, oh.
Oh, shit.
Madame, you continue to withhold the truth.
And you continue to get on my last nerve. I am not obliged to tell you every detail of my private life.
You are.
Too bad.
But when it impedes my investigation...
If only you were this focused on finding the blackmailer and...
Madame.
Well, I found out what the blackmailer is talking about, which is very important in finding the blackmailer.
Because who would know this information? That helps us narrow down the suspects.
Exactly.
Very well. I did not lie about how we met. I was attending an event, raising money for... Oh, I cannot recall now.
Convenient.
It had been some time since I had returned home, and was rather missing English soil. I was aware of Felix's invitation, or at least that there was to be several British officers attending the party, and that is where our friendship began. He was a warm reminder of home, and I enjoyed conversing with him. We shared walks in the park and read together. As I said, he was a welcome distraction from the days spent alone. I shall go no further with the details, but I will say, I had no intention on being unfaithful to my husband. It was never our plan to go that far. Once I found out I was pregnant, I knew it had to stop.
Just one more question. We drew a picture out in the snow. Could you tell us how close we got?
Stop.
The Viscount never questioned Mademoiselle's birth?
In his mind, he had no reason to, and he shouldn't have had to. It was my mistake to bear. If he knew the truth, our lives would have been ruined. I told Felix that he was to stay away, but he had no intention to. He became an uncle figure to Angeline, and they grew closer after Edwin's death.
It's a good thing they couldn't do math back then. Because, like, if they were hanging out while the husband was gone...
Sometimes babies just happen. Sometimes,
they just happen, you know?
Sometimes a pregnancy takes, like, a year.
I could not tell her the truth. Too much time had passed. The secret remained only between him and I.
And what were the Major's thoughts on revealing the truth?
He wanted to tell her everything. He wanted her to know exactly who he was. But I told him no. It would not have been the poignant reconciliation that he expected. She would not understand.
Can I assume this is the secret that has been used for ransom?
It must be. But I have told no one.
So who did he tell?
True.
And the Major?
Felix promised me he wouldn't tell a soul, and I believed him. But even if he wanted to.
Major had let slip even once throughout the years, perhaps in an intoxicated state. It is a secret that many would seek an opportunity to gain from. Yeah.
Or maybe somebody just understood math.
Or maybe... Remember how him and the brother were at war together?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, people say things when they think they're about to die.
Yeah. Well, now, all right. Now that theory has a bit more credence to it.
Dude.
Now that theory is looking pretty good. I still hope it's the girl from the beginning, but yeah, no, that's a lot better now.
You did not think anyone knew, and that is why you disregarded the letter.
If you bow to these criminals, they will only try to claw more from you.
It's true.
That is true. Tell me about the letters.
I tried to retrieve them from the safe.
It's like answering a spam call. Now they know the number's active.
But when I opened the safe, they were nowhere to be found. I assumed he must have hidden them somewhere else.
When I entered the study this morning, they were as visible as a red notice on a police station wall.
I would appreciate if you did not compare them to the face of a wanted felon.
Too bad.
Too bad, that's what it is.
Pardon, madame.
But that does mean someone else in the house has seen them. I don't
It's
understand.
the person living in the
Why
walls.
would they return them?
A mystery that is still yet to be solved.
Madame was beaten to the safe by another. Seems we also have a thief within these walls to add to the list of criminals. But a thief that returns their spoils. Yeah, because they knew she'd try to hide it. And they were like, no, no.
Well. This has gotten spicy.
I like it.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
That's why it got a BAFTA.
That's why it got a BAFTA. Major secret is anything but obvious from his letter. Now I have blackmailer and a murderer and their weapon to find. If the correct process is followed, they shall all be found swiftly. You should take my leave. This room has already revealed enough new insights into Madame's and the Major's lives.
We've learned about her bedroom antics in the bedroom.
I have my suspicions about Madame Vanden Bosch and the Major shared romantic relationship, but I did not expect the revelation of his connection to Mademoiselle Angeline. One of the very few that hold Madame's secret.
Perfect. We figured it out.
We figured it out. We did it.
We sniffed out who had sex.
Why are you just standing here?
Conversations were being heard. As he
Hello?
flicks the dirt off his shoulder. And his pants.
Detective
He did.
He did.
How was your investigation?
He's still doing it.
He's doing it again. He's got very dirty pants.
It's going great.
Monsieur Sterling.
I really admire your
admit,
idling of
I have learned
animation.
much more than I was expecting to.
You'll be wrapping the case up soon, then.
Is that hope I hear? I don't like it. The whites of his eyes are too bright.
How involved are you in this, Archibald? You're feeling very
One has
confident
never
about
finished
something.
learning, monsieur. And in this case, I shall need to continue if I am to find the Major's killer.
It might help to vocalize your thinking. I'm all ears.
Why do you want details? Sir?
How about you tell us some stuff, Archie?
So Sterling offers an interesting concept. If I was to state the current position of my investigation while holding back certain truths, the guilty parties may realize I am hot on their heels and reveal their hand. Okay, so we're gonna assume he's gonna be a blabbermouth.
Aha. Good point.
Monsieur, would you gather the guests and staff?
Oh no, we're just gonna tell them. Oh, we're gonna give everyone an update. A pointed update.
Someone in this room is a murderer. Quick, push him down the stairs. Oh no.
Speaking of the stairs, I'm sure you know what I'm about to say.
Stairs?
Why is it a different texture?
Oh.
Why is it a printed static texture here, but then like a weird Sims situation over here? It's the same carpet. Why is it? Why it do?
BAFTA.
This game won a BAFTA.
Right away, detective. Can I ask for what
So
reason?
you don't trip as you go down. Oh, it turns into a fun slide. Ooh.
I hope so.
I shall reveal
want
all
that.
once everyone is together.
The secret. I like that that popped up as he said, I shall reveal all, as if he's about to be like, that man was the father.
Secrets.
We're about to hit chapter 6, and I think this is a good place to end it. Because we've been live for just over 3 hours.
Okay. Next time on Poirot.
Let's see this cutscene, though, because it's...
This happens.
Detective, what is the meaning of all this?
Madame, I ask that you all lend me your ears for only a few moments. What I have
She's
to
so
say
upset.
is
She
of
thinks we're about
great
to say it.
significance to everyone. You are all invited here to celebrate the engagement of Mademoiselle Angeline van den Bosch and Monsieur Gédéon Demire, the coming together of two prevalent families. But the celebrations were short-lived, as Major Felix Hagen was found dead in his study by a young servant of the house. It then became my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise. My initial examination of his study exposed a number of things I did not expect to find. Things I have no desire to divulge at this time, but what I can say is this. It was no simple murder. A letter demanding ransom for a continued silence confirmed this. I am sure some, if not all of you, have heard whispers of a series of blackmails that have plagued the social elite in recent weeks. After hearing of the letters in the Major's study, you may ask if it was him behind the letters. You may further ask if he was preparing his next threat to another unsuspecting victim. It is a question that crossed even my mind. That was until I sought the truth. That in fact it was the Major that had fallen victim to our blackmailer Mystérieux. Last night I spoke with you all, confirmed your whereabouts in the house over the course of the evening, and while I would have expected such questioning to reveal a potential suspect, what I learned was that it could not have been one of you.
What do you mean, not one of us? The man was stabbed. He hardly did that to himself. There is still a killer in the house.
Pardon, monsieur. If you would
not
allow
sync.
me to finish,
he just stopped lip syncing.
It could not have been only one of you. Rather a partnership, in cahoots, if you will. Conversations today have revealed facts that I was not expecting to discover. And although they may have muddied and complicated my investigation, what I must do to bring the guilty parties to justice has become clearer. Those of you that spun stories in an attempt to confuse and derail my investigation have made a grave mistake in underestimating my intelligence. Other detectives may fall for such deception, but I can assure you, Detective Poirot is no such fool.
He's a special breed of fool. He's not like all the other fools.
And swift justice shall be dealt to those that have committed such appalling acts and have continued to mislead and lie to protect themselves. Now,
all with telepathy.
I must continue mon enquête, and I shall leave you to consider that you may be beside a cold-hearted killer. Bonsoir.
It's a very
Monsieur
comforting
Sterling,
thing to say to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the speech, detective.
Merci, but it was not made to entertain, more to warn the guilty parties that I am hot on their heels, no matter how clever they believe themselves to be.
Well, if there is anything I can do.
I might as well finish out this conversation.
Yeah.
Is that really necessary?
Yes.
The murderer remains at large, and there is still no sign of the weapon. I would say that makes them essential.
Of course. I still just cannot imagine any of them being guilty of his murder.
Why? Is it because you did it?
Was it the butler all along?
Hard to imagine, but it is the truth.
When you returned from the study last night, did you notice anything different from our previous visit?
Nothing. But I was so preoccupied with the Major. Sorry, detective. Should I have?
Yeah, you didn't notice all the shit strewn about from all over the floor from the safe?
Archibald, you're not making yourself look good here, buddy.
Perhaps it was just my mind playing games again.
Maybe one of the guests got lost and wandered in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess had taken a wrong turn, finding themselves in the Major's bedroom first. I'm sure they would have proceeded through the next door unless they were not lost at all. Who has access to the safe in the Major's study?
Master Hagen had a key, obviously, and Lady van den Bosch.
And yourself.
And anyone that had access to the Major's body, because he probably had the key on him.
True. But also, they said that he had a key to the safe because the Major had asked him to put stuff away into there previously.
Yep. Yes, they did.
You gonna leave that out?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Archibald also had a copy of the key. It is not something one would easily forget. Regarding access to the safe, you've seen its contents before.
When requested, aye. If something is required from there when Master Hagen is not around.
Forgive me. If he is not around, how is it you access this safe?
It's not what you think, Detective.
I simply have a key.
What I think is that you have been trusted with a copy of the key, and you have lied to me about it.
I only lied because of the trouble I can get into with Lady Vandenbosch.
At this moment, monsieur, you should be more worried about the trouble you shall find yourself in with the law.
It would have been cooler if he said with me.
Yeah, it's true. It's Poirot, though.
Know how it
I
will
know.
Sound, but I lost my key.
Oh, did you?
I must have set it down somewhere, and it has been tidied away. Master Hagen asked so rarely for me to go in the safe, I didn't think it would be missed.
And how did you think he was going to react when he found out that you lost it?
He was going to be a little bit angry.
Sterling's story of his lost key strikes me as rather coincidental. Major safe is broken into with documents ransacked and letters involving Madame Vandenbosch's secret left out. It's a crime with no apparent purpose. There's a matter regarding the Comtesse that we must discuss.
I should have said this morning. I'm sorry.
Monsieur, I am not quite sure you understand the severity of what has happened.
I am well aware, Detective. I just thought she would be able to help.
Uh-huh.
Would you allow a man with a smoking gun to remove his bullet from a victim's chest?
I suppose not.
I understand that Mr. Sterling was only trying to help. Surely he must have seen what it could do to the integrity of my investigation. He probably knew exactly what it would do to the integrity of the investigation.
No one can be trusted.
Now. Since it is closest, I will start with the West Wing.
I may not be back when you return. Here is the
Where
key
are you
to the other
going?
room.
I
Please
may
return
be
it when
escaping to another country.
Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Merci.
Charging through the snow.
I shall guard it with my life.
God. If he ruins my dick pic, I'm gonna be mad. First, let us pay the Comtesse a visit. Okay. New mind map unlocked. Where I can accuse anyone of any crime, I must be sure they were working alone or with another. Perfect opportunity to find evidence of any collusion and look for the murder weapon. Okay. Perfect. So, I assume it's saved here. Because it did last time. And there's no save option. But, yeah.
We're gonna hope.
We're gonna hope. If not, we just have to watch that cutscene again next time. Which is fine. It'll be a good refresher for when we're inevitably back next year.
It's a good cutscene when Poirot especially starts talking telepathy to everybody and his mouth stops moving.
Thank you guys very much for joining us today. Teddy, do you want to tell them about the rest of your schedule?
I don't actually have my schedule made yet, but fun things are coming up next week. I am planning a bunch of stuff.
Plug yourself in the chat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a command.
There is a command. Do you remember your command?
Maybe.
It should be !crab.
It is. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Crab Channel, although the website is imploding on itself. I have a community tab on YouTube now where I also update things.
Ooh.
Schedule will be up there at some point tomorrow. I believe we're going to start the week with Growing My Grandpa, and then there will be some other surprises coming up during the week, which I'm not going to reveal until the schedule is out, but good stuff that people have been asking for, so it's coming.
I also wanted to play Growing My Grandpa. I'm not sure if I'll do it this week, but that's definitely going to come up later as well.
It looks like so much fun. I think you're going to love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that on both of our respective channels. I'm not sure when I'll be live this week, but theoretically I should be live fairly often, unless I do the thing where I just don't stream and then hate myself.
That's a fun life to live, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, if I do ! Links, it should work. Links, YouTube and Twitter. There's my YouTube, there's my Twitter.
Oh my God.
If you wanted to see any of the games that I've played on this channel from like all the way up to like my Pathfinder Wrathfinder playthrough from last year, They're all up on my YouTube channel, including anything you may have missed, because everything gets deleted from this channel in 12 days, I believe, because I am an affiliate, and that's how that goes.
YouTube VOD archive.
Yeah. There's them apples. Have a lovely rest of your night, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time, probably tomorrow.
Wee.